Level 1. Rhythm.
We up in here today. Yeah. Check it out now. Let me tell it, homie. Around my territory, listen to my true story, let me tell it, homie. This is how it pop off around my territory. Better show love, show never better back up off me. This is how it go down around my town. Defending my title, survival, defeat challengers. Check out how I made it from scratch, just call me crossfader. Wrote it down on paper, now haters can catch the gas vapor. Cross the state of federal flavor, we keep it several. Now wipe the sleep right out your eyes if your vision's blurry. We mainly ravage those savages who fly by night with Alibaba notorious, you can call me Papa. The showstopper, hold it down like a shot blocker. So all my riders get up and do the gangster strut. You a dime chick with a big butt, now mix it up like mutts. Getting dirty in the dust, the kid and never lose my touch. When the pressure's on steel, guaranteed much.
Strung out on you, believe in my heart every night and day. I'm strung out on you, I can hardly wait to see you again.
You are correct.
What's going on, my players? Hello, how you doing? Happy Sunday to all of you wonderful players out there. Hope you had an amazing weekend. And of course, happy Resident Evil Day. 30 years, man. 30
years.
That's crazy, man. I still remember the first time I picked up that game. I hope you had an amazing weekend. I hope you've been playing a little bit of Resident Evil. There's a lot of great games. Resident Evil, the new Resident Evil came out, Requiem. I hope you guys are enjoying the hell out of that game. I have yet to jump onto it and everything, but I'm going to jump into it tonight.
Oh, come on.
I'm jumping into it.
What are you
tonight.
waiting for?
Hey, listen, man. You know what? I mean, it's just there's like so many games I've been playing.
What are you waiting for?
I got too many. There's too many freaking indie games I'm playing. It's amazing.
Nah, I know that. I know there's a lot of great games out there to catch up. I know.
Absolutely.
It's hard.
Absolutely. It's tough, man. There's so many great games out there. But of course, I wanted to introduce my awesome panel. We're gonna introduce my awesome panel member. He has the best beard in the business, of course. He also has a little bit of martial arts experience, and of course, he also was in an indie wrestling gig. And also, he is a fan of ARPGs and JRPGs, and also stealth games, and he loves the military action also games as well. He is he's just a normal player, just like you and me, but he's always trying his best and having fun. He is the one and the only Tony San Miguel.
What's up, players? How are you guys? How are you, everybody? So today we're talking about Resident Evil, huh?
Yeah, you darn right,
Yeah,
man.
30 years, man.
30 freaking years.
You know what I call that one? I call that my first jump scare.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, it's gonna be my first jump scare.
Yeah, we
got
talk
some
about
very
that.
funny stories about the AI in Resident Evil 5. It's gonna be a fun one. I'm looking forward to learning about the lore, which is why we got Johnny here tonight. Thank goodness for that.
Yes.
And
we got to talk. He's going to talk about it. He's going to talk about it. And of course, we're going to talk about the best hair in the business. He's also into that cosplay. He's he won some contests as well. He's the best Joe Masashi, of course. He's very knowledgeable in all things, anything, including Resident Evil, Castlevania, you name it. And, of course, he's also the achievement hunter. He loves his achievements. I don't know. I think he completed how many games? I can't even count. I think
about 94% at least I saw.
Wow.
90.
I'm noticing something.
94%.
I'm noticing something. Johnny likes a lot of games where you're killing vampires and zombies, man. He might be a Belmont somewhere along the line.
I could be.
Yeah, he might be in that bloodline somewhere. He's a very deep bloodline. You know that, right?
He has roots in Europe. He's good. He's a guy.
You never know.
He also likes
the vampire.
And he also likes collectibles, and I think he has a great, amazing collection. I think, and of course, he also has something to show tonight. He is the one and only Johnny Elise.
What's going on, players? I hope everyone had a great weekend. I sure as hell did. Had a fun weekend. I was down in Orlando. Met up with some of the crew from the Geeks and Gamers. Now, big shout out to Germany. Big shout out to Beardo. Big shout out to My Nerdy Home. Big shout out to Krista Nova.
Wow.
Big shout out to Savvy and to also Karen Lynn, who used to work for Limited Run Games. I had a really wonderful talk with her. Very nice.
Beardo. Is he the guy that does the ghost videos?
Beardo's part of the Geeks and Gamers. He's got that nice beard. He's known for that. If you watch Geeks and Gamers, you know who it is. You probably know who he is. He's also a big Resident Evil fanatic as well.
Yeah,
cool.
I think I've seen that guy before.
Okay, yeah, he's definitely
like
around.
Beardo Gets Scared or something like that as a channel or something like that.
I think I'm not sure if he gets scared. I mean, I missed it. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, it was such a great weekend. I met some very interesting people. I still got pictures that I need to put up. I still got a lot of pictures that I got to put up when I get a chance. So also big shout out to Epic Mike, great dude though. He remembers me, from because it's been like 3 years since I met the crew though. So it's been a while. So it was great to catch up with everybody, including Chrissy Mayer. So yeah. So but yeah. No, that's not him.
Oh, it's not him.
That's not
different
him.
guy. Okay.
Different guy. Yeah. But yeah, it was such a great weekend, and big shout out to everybody who I met over at the Geeks and Gamers meetup. So can't wait to do it again. So, anyways, we're here to celebrate 30 years of Resident Evil, one of my all-time favorite franchises. So I'm ready to go, man. Whenever you guys are ready.
Indeed. Shout out to Daryl. He just jumped into the chat. He says He says relive 30 years of the Nightmare players. Happy Sunday. Yes. Happy Resident Evil Day, Daryl. I'm glad you joined us tonight. It's going to be a very fun and jump scare filled episode.
My first jump scare.
Oh.
Can you guys guess which it is?
The dogs.
The
dogs, right?
Guess my first jump scare.
What was that? The dogs. It has to be the dogs.
It's totally the dogs.
The dogs. I knew it.
Yeah, it's totally the dogs.
Yeah.
That was my first. Oh! I jumped out of my seat.
I want to tell you. My one of my best jumps that I ever got. It wasn't from the original Resident Evil game. It was in the Resident Evil director's cut. Now you see when you see Forrest, he's like pecked to death. Like, so he's already dead. You pick up the key, you walk away. But in the director's cut, this is what they did. You pick up the key, then all of a sudden, he gets right back up and he comes back as a zombie and tries to get you.
I missed that one. Oh man, I gotta get that.
Yeah,
I gotta get that one.
That was in the director's cut.
That was the director's
cut. So, like if you try to pick up the key, because in the original game you pick it up, doesn't happen. But in the director's cut, they added that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they had to add some extra scares to it, and I thought that was perfect right there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, Chad, what were your scares?
Yes, please. Yeah, jump in. Yeah, throwing your scares, throwing your memories.
Throwing your first jump scares.
This is a fully interactive episode. I want everybody to jump in, talk about their fears, talk about their best action, their best accomplishment. You know, something
survival moments.
Yeah, survival
your
modes,
best survival moment.
Your best survival. Yes, exactly. You know, and also your near death moments and everything. In other words, you were just about to bite the bullet and everything, but you just barely.
But you managed to
get the controls. The game is so stressful with those tank controls.
There's a lot of those. There's a lot of those. Oh my gosh.
Some people didn't get used to the tank controls, but the more you keep playing Resident Evil, the more you're used to it.
Yeah.
Listen,
figure it out.
Yeah.
It's the only game. It's the only game where you fear that you ran out of ammo. This is the only game.
Make sure you control your ammo. That's what it is.
The knife does not do much. The knife does not do much. Later ones, I figured something out though. You could slice their knees and then slice their head.
Yeah, you can actually do that.
They fall to the ground and then hit their head.
It's very critical. It's very critical. So
you definitely have the best coordination.
Yeah. You'll definitely have lucky moments for that. But yeah.
All right. So, but of course, we love everybody. Oh, it's Daryl. Oh, he just said.
Nemesis. Oh God, yeah.
Nemesis walking.
That character creeps me out, man. Him and Mr. X.
S.T.A.R.S.
Yeah.
And what's scary about the Nemesis more than Mr. X? The Nemesis runs towards you. He runs. He will chase your ass.
He's a tyrant, right?
Yeah.
He's a tyrant. They gave the guy a fucking rocket launcher.
And he runs. And his freaking tentacles.
Yes, he runs. Yeah.
And the tentacles.
What sick bastard wanted to make something like that?
Yeah. But you know what's crazy about the Nemesis? I like the way they did him in the movie. He didn't just have a rocket launcher. He had a freaking Gatling gun. He had a Gatling gun.
That's right. I remember.
What a ridiculous enemy. It's so great.
Man.
Oh, man. The Nemesis, he was something else. That Nemesis was something else, I tell you.
Indeed.
But yeah, this guy chases you all over the place. Because I remember having the strategy guide. And if you were able to take down the Nemesis a couple of times, you get extra items, though. You get some really good extra items that will help you along your journey. Trying to get out of Raccoon City in Resident Evil 3, though. So I remember those. I mean, it might take a lot of bullets, but you do get handsomely reward for it.
Indeed.
So.
Yep. So we're gonna talk about Resident Evil, the 30th anniversary. Of course, we're gonna talk about the Vault, and of course, what we've been playing and more. But first, we want to give an awesome shout out to our awesome sponsor, Dubby, with the amazing energy drinks. Awesome energy drinks. These are fantastic. Coffee fruit extract. All the vitamins, B vitamins that you need inside your body. It actually gives you the lift. It doesn't give you the drop. Very tasty, amazing flavors. Currently, right now, still my favorite is the one from that actually have a crossover with Freeran, which is actually part of Crunchyroll. Great. As a matter of fact, I actually watched a couple of episodes. Dude, this show rocks, man. Oh yeah,
Man,
it's
man,
good.
check it out.
It's good. It's good. I actually, it's worth the subscription for that anyway. Of course, it got solo.
East has nailed action animation.
They did.
No one can beat.
Yep. They had Chainsaw Man, and of course, Solo Leveling. Also great shows as well. But once again, you got to check out their site, w.gg. Check out all their awesome flavors. They got awesome like tumblers, everything. Oh, you guys got to check it out. Go visit the site, and also when you check out, use our code Treble TR3 BLE. Get that 10% off, and of course, be better.
Go for it, man.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Be better. These are really good products, ladies and gentlemen. And I tried them out. Tony tried them out. Of course, you did, Torrance. So we would. Here's the thing: if this is your first time watching it, we don't just take sponsors. What we do is that we want to try the items or the foods before we put it out there, and we want to make sure that we enjoy it and we love it, and then we put it out there. We're not just going to take something that we don't like and then just give it to you guys. Oh, just give it a try. We want to be honest to our audience.
That's right.
So that's how we do it here.
Not just that, Torrance, you have not been using your catchphrase with your advertisement here, man. Dubby loves it.
Oh.
Just shoot it into my face.
No, shoot it into my face.
You haven't said that in a minute, buddy.
Hey, listen, that's true. Dude, it's already in my veins. I don't need to shoot it anymore. It's like literally part of my bloodline.
I think the audience gets it already. I think they got it already.
I know, but some people might miss it.
That's true. That's true, man. But anyway, great, amazing drinks. Just check it out. The thing, great flavors. But anyway, yeah. So let's get into the gaming vault. I'm Johnny. I think you have a couple of things you want to show off.
Well, it's going to be this one item that's going to lead us to the topic. So unless you have something you want to show,
you
guys have anything?
Well, actually, technically, wait, hold on a second.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, I didn't go shopping, but my son actually did. He actually went to Danbury. They actually had a thing like that, and he picked up a couple of gems from the old school.
Oh,
now here's the thing. You want to know the best Need for Speed game? Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Nice.
This game came out for the OG Xbox first, and then came out for the 360. 360 was actually the definitive version, but
it was a launch title too on the 360.
That is correct. And this game right here, and the thing is actually has one of the best storylines, bar none, of a Need for Speed game. One of the basically Razor, of course, who is the main villain, and he's the one that stole your car, and you are actually go up the ranks to actually get your car back. And then you have the most epic escape in video game history. I'm telling you right now. That was like almost like a 20-minute chase. You trying to get out of that exit and everything, and you're going after your wanted bar is maxed out. It doesn't go down, and literally you're like racing for your life to try to get out of there. It's so good. Yeah. So freaking good. Amazing
definitely one of the best Need for Speed games out there. Definitely one of the best.
And also the soundtrack. Soundtrack's bar none. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Absolutely. I can agree with that.
Indeed. Second game. This right here is a 2-pack one because this actually came out, I believe the 360 had a great deal, of course, with Activision and and stuff. So
Marvel
Ultimate Alliance and Forza Motorsport 2.
Oh, there you go. I remember that pack too. Yes. I remember that.
So it came with the 2 discs, obviously. So you have the 1 and the 2 right here. So you have
beautiful.
You have 1 right there, and you have the second disc in there.
Nice.
What an
2
amazing
great
time.
games.
2 great, fantastic games. Of course, you can't.
That's right. That's right.
And of course, listen. Since we are talking about Resident Evil, my boy,
of course,
actually had to pick up this
Operation Raccoon City. That's actually the thing is that a lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was a fun game. If you play that game co-op online with people, it's fun. I actually enjoyed the game, even though it's non-canon. It's a really fun multiplayer Resident Evil game. Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Very nice.
Listen, so like I said, just to segue into our topic, of course. This is actually
I love it.
So
love it.
All right, so that's what I got for our gaming vault for that. Do you have anything at all that you want to show off?
Me? Yes, I do.
Ooh.
Actually, I actually picked this. This is one of the rare games to find on the Sega Saturn. And even if you find this game, it's very expensive. Very, very expensive. And this is the original Resident Evil for the Sega Saturn.
Damn! Oh my God, you got it! You got it, bro. Oh my gosh, yo! I was thinking about that game too, and I was thinking about that game. I was like, oh, the Sega Saturn had the game. I was like,
on the Sega Saturn, and look at this. This. Look how beautiful this is. No scratches, no marks.
It's clean.
Look at that.
Oh, it's so.
It's
Would you
very
get
clean.
poker for that, dude?
Oh, I'll tell you what though. Let me show you the pages. Let me show you the pages though. I still got the registration card on here. See that?
Yes.
Registration card attached, and then all the pages are still there.
Yes.
Like remember the original drawings of all these characters right there. See that? All the pages are still there.
Yeah.
Every single
the master unlocking. Oh my gosh.
That's so and you got Chris, everybody in there.
Nice.
Yeah, everyone's in there. Albert Wesker, Rebecca, Richard, Brad, Enrico. Yeah, all those guys. It's from the Bravo and Stars team, though. But yeah, they got. Look, I love. This is what I miss about video games. They give you a little bit of a story, a little bit of background, backstory, so you know what you're getting yourself into, how to play the game. So it's too bad we don't get that anymore. We don't get those nice instruction manuals. But yeah, but I'll tell you what. There's actually a new feature. There's like a battle mode feature in this version. And you get to fight a zombie Wesker that's not in the PlayStation version.
Ooh.
So
see, you know what? They always have to throw in those extras because remember the PlayStation version came out how many years before the
30 years today. 30 years to this day.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm talking about like the original PlayStation version of the thing, the gap between the releases. We're talking about like the one for the PlayStation and then the one for the Sega Saturn. I think there was like
there's at least a couple, right?
Well, no, but here's the thing though. So here's the thing. The PlayStation version came out first, right?
Yeah.
So a year later, the Saturn version came out, and then Capcom did the director's cut a year later. So that's how they did it because that's what they did. The Saturn version didn't come out the same time as the PlayStation version did. It came out later on, so that's why they decided to add a little bit more features into the Saturn version. Still the same game.
Okay.
It's still the same game.
Makes sense.
But they just added that to it though. So, but since I'm building on my Saturn collection, and I saw this for a really good price, there was no way I was going to pass up on this. Absolutely not.
Indeed.
No way.
Of course.
So
Indeed.
I'm glad I got this. I got this in my collection though. So whenever I get the time, I do want to go through the Saturn version. Yeah. Absolutely. Because I've been through the game. Yeah, do it. Go for it.
Boom. All right. So, anyways, let's get into it. I mean, because we have played a lot of games. I know we're gonna get into Resident Evil, but we gotta talk about the games that we've been playing because there's a game I've been like really like itching to tell you guys about because I've been playing it. It just recently came out. They were talking about it all over the ways, and it's cheap. It's only like $6, and it's a tribute to like games like Contra. It's a tribute to games like what's it called? A few other shooters and everything, which is actually amazing. It's called the oh god my gosh, I can't believe I got just blanked out. Hold on a second, just pop it.
Have a brain fart.
Having a brain fart, indeed.
That happens to the best of us.
Yes, it does. So why don't you guys go ahead and talk about it? I'm gonna pop it up because I have to bring the.
Oh, okay. If you're talking about shooter game, here's the thing though. I did get home a few hours though, and I was able to play a little bit of Russian Beat X though, and I actually enjoy the game. I actually like it. I love the fact that you can do air combos in that game. I don't know if you got
that game, Rushing Beat X. Oh my gosh, they had a lot of Easter eggs in the very beginning. In the very beginning,
Right.
when you actually watched it, I was like, oh yeah, they were talking about. Oh my God, they were talking about
back in Rival Turf.
Rival
They were
Turf.
talking about all the events that happened in Rival Turf, Brawl Brothers, and the Peacekeepers. I was like, wow, they brought it back.
Yo,
Like the story and everything. I was like, it's all connected. I was amazed how they brought everything back though. They even show you screenshots from the game, from the older games. I was like, whoa, I remember this. And they show like the bosses that you fought, the first 3 bosses you fought together. Like,
yes! Oh my gosh! I was like, oh yeah, that was amazing. What's cool that he was actually telling the story, and and the new character, I think what's her name? What's her name again? Okay, I forgot
her name, but Rick was telling her about the story though.
The story, and she kept interrupting.
Rick and Douglas were the original 2. Yeah, she kept interrupting them.
Let me tell a story. Yeah, it was awesome. But the move sets are fantastic. It's one of those like beat 'em ups that it's like a feel good beat 'em up, and all the move sets are really cool. You can launch them in the air. You can do combos. The music is pretty decent.
The music's all right though. I mean, it's nothing really catchy, nothing Yuzo Koshiro type though. But the music's all right. It's not bad.
But the move sets are
the combo system.
The combo system is cool. So with the weapon and also the combination of food. You can actually combine food, so you could build your food, and get like a combo meal in a sense,
Yes.
Right you get the
like a value, like those value meals you get at McDonald's or Wendy's. Yeah,
it's like have it your way. I was like, oh yeah, let me have it my way.
I'm gonna have it my way, all right. That's damn sure.
Yeah, burger, fries, and shake. Let's go.
Yeah, but it's crazy that they start you off with they start you with 2 characters, but then Douglas comes in the 3rd stage, and then the more you process though, like after you pass like the 3rd stage, then you get to meet with Jay. You get you have the judo guy, and then after level 4, when you get to level 4, then Wendy comes, and then
you're like Guardian of the Hood.
Listen,
you beat the boss and you can play as him.
No. Well, the thing is that Jay, when you get to that stage, though, Jay has been brainwashed. So after you beat him, he's free, and then he's part of the story and helps you out because Jay is actually a good guy. He just got brainwashed. He got captured. So after you beat him, he joins you.
Yeah, it's
and then
that doctor in the beginning basically is telling you.
Yeah, he put like a helmet on him.
Yeah.
And then after you beat him, knocks it out, then he joins you, and then Wendy comes along. She comes and joins you, and then the ninja, I forgot the ninja's name, but he's supposed to come along later on as well.
Dude, unlockable characters, yes. Freaking beat 'em up bliss, yes. And the fact that you can be able to switch your characters every single stage, yes.
Yeah, I was surprised you could do that though. Like when you go to the food truck, and then you get your foods, you get your weapons, and then they let you pick whatever. You can switch up a character if you want. Usually, a lot of beat-em-up games, you pick that one character, you're stuck with that character until you reach you have to get like a game over, and then you got to continue.
Yep, they have 4 difficulties in the game, so you can choose either one, which ones you want. If you want to make it really, really hard, you can actually bring it to just like But
you could crank it up.
But you know what? I tried that one just for a little bit. I was like, okay, they're cheap. The hits are cheap, and the zombies explode faster too. So they don't, the ones that actually sit right there and they explode, they actually explode faster.
That's bullshit,
which is BS. Okay, so and also your life goes down faster too, which is actually bull too.
Exploding enemies are cheap, dude.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You gotta think about that.
They are so cheap.
Yeah.
So the game I was mentioning was called Machine Gun Fury. It's actually a
Machine Gun Fury.
You had my curiosity. Now you have my attention.
It's an ode to classic shooting, blow 'em up games, top down, side scrolling, all the fun and excitement that you actually love in games. Explosions, you got it. Weapons, you got it. Health power ups, you got it. And you also got 3 different characters. One's fast, one's actually has very, very slow but strong, and of course you got your the middle of the pack kind of thing. And the guy who's basically, let's just put it this way.
What's it called? Machine Gun what?
Machine Gun Fury. It's very cheap.
Fury.
It should be on.
Fury.
It's still on sale. It should be still on sale.
And you said $6, right?
$6.
You said it was $6. Okay.
Come on.
I'll have to look into that.
Easy pickup, easy. You know,
Okay.
and you also also the achievements kind of they come at you pretty damn fast. So you get achievements like literally, but you get like 8 achievements like within the first 15-20 minutes of the game.
Wow.
And you know,
Okay.
yeah. And of course,
Oh, this looks fun.
yeah. And the beginning is an ode to Commando. I mean, literally from the helicopter landing
Oh,
to
God.
the palm trees. I was like, okay, they're okay. I see where you're getting at. Okay. And I was playing, and then but the explosions are loud. You can jump into tanks. I was like, okay, an ode to the Kari Warriors. Okay, I see where you're going there.
They have to do it.
You know,
They have to do it.
But it's so cool, man. It's really a fun, like just a fun, mindless, you know, shoot 'em up game about explosions and then blowing shit up. You can't.
It's like Rambo 3 on the Genesis.
Yes.
Oh, dude, I love Rambo 3 on the Genesis. Good Lord.
That game's amazing.
That game is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm watching the
Dude,
gameplay right now. Yeah, it looks like that.
Yeah,
But
you know
all the other ones you
what?
mentioned, the Commando, Ikari Warriors, they're all there.
They're all
It's
there,
got all the elements.
Yep, all the elements.
Yeah.
Even
Side scrolling, top down.
Yep.
Name it. Yeah, any type of shoot 'em up gameplay, they got it.
It's right. It's an
I'm
ode to
down for that, man.
Oh.
I'm down for that, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you want a fun little romp, you know? It's probably one of those games, and I think you could probably finish in a weekend. Jump on that game and have some fucking fun. Yes, absolutely.
Listen, gaming is the important thing about gaming is having fun. That's exactly what that's supposed to be. Gaming is about fun. I always tell people that.
Indeed.
All the time.
So let's get into. You want to get into it? You want to get into it, or you want to talk about it?
Well, you do know about this game that's coming out. We got Asylum that's coming out on Xbox.
Oh yes. We got to talk about that. We got to talk about everybody has been begging.
It's also a beat 'em up game as well.
Yes,
but even though it's got so you can gain some experience points and stuff. Tony saw it. That's coming out on Game Pass as well.
That's right.
It's coming out on Friday.
Game Pass. Listen, Game Pass.
I love Game Pass. The price is steep, but it's still worth it.
You know what? I mean,
yeah, if you're gonna keep playing the games, it's definitely worth it for sure.
Listen,
but yeah,
I tell people this. I said, listen, despite the jump on the prices, you got to admit, now they're churning out games like effing crazy, and also the games that are leaving are slower now. You notice that every single month you don't see like that many games actually disappear. Now they're actually staying longer than normal because
they are.
The list is getting bigger.
Yes.
The list is getting bigger. It's not getting smaller. It used to be like 400 plus. I'm looking at like a list of 500 effing games, bro.
Yeah.
That's
It still says 100 plus games available. I'm like, that's more than 100.
That's a
it's damn near 500, if not over it.
That's modest.
Well, yeah.
That's modest at best. 100 plus, modest at best.
That's true. That's very true. But yeah, but I'm looking forward to that game. And then, and don't forget, we gotta let the audience know that Marvel Maximum Collection is also coming out on Friday as well. So
already reserved it.
We're eating good. We're eating good.
Yes, we're eating real good. It's like going to a buffet and everything, and they actually just said, they gave you seconds that, when you sat down. It's like, oh yeah, give me more. Why not?
Yeah. So we're gonna be busy with these games coming out this week. So yeah.
Oh man.
So I think that's about it, though.
Yeah. What about you, Tony? You haven't played anything really interesting? I mean, I heard. You got I heard a little bit of Division going on.
Yeah, a little bit earlier. I got a couple minutes in, running around New York in the snow, just shooting up the place, acting all wild and shit. I recently just rebeat Assassin's Creed Origins again. The story is still compelling.
Oh, of course.
I'm about to go through the DLC where I get to play with all the mythical stuff soon, so I'm gonna have fun with that in a little bit.
Nice.
That's cool. Yeah. Awesome.
All right. So but one more thing, because I mean the Division actually had a update, that actually made it more of a definitive version. So they made it the definitive version now of the division.
Really?
Yeah.
So the copy I bought years ago would be upgraded to
that. Basically.
That's
so
awesome.
so they upgraded a lot of it, and all the DLCs and everything's pretty much unlocked and all that stuff. So now, if you have not jumped into the division, now is the time. Because it's still a hell of a good time, and the Dark Zone is still my playground. Absolutely,
it is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
like I said, like Left 4 Dead and Gears of War. It's that kind of fun.
Indeed. All right, so now let's talk about Resident Evil.
Yes.
Okay.
It sounded like the Undertaker on the PlayStation. Title screen.
Yes. So, Resident Evil was actually released on the PlayStation 1 30 years ago. And what an amazing...
On this day in Japan.
On this day, on
this
day. It's
called Biohazard.
Biohazard. That's right. That was the original name. And let me tell you something.
Makes a lot more sense.
You know what? Biohazard does.
It makes a lot more sense than Resident Evil.
I don't know why they had to change the name.
It's about the T virus, dude, that turns people into zombies. That's a biohazard, a total biohazard. Resident Evil's more like metaphorical and shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is though. But then when you get to Resident Evil 2, though, there's a town, there's residents, and now they turn into mindless zombies and hideous monsters, and they're evil now.
It fits much later on, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, but I always wondered why they always wanted to change it to Resident Evil, though, because I thought Biohazard was a fine name. I had no issue with it.
Yeah, that's
Capcom for you.
It's a weird. It's always that weird gap in the thing when it comes to American titles and also Japanese titles. Like same thing with Castlevania. Castlevania was actually known as Dracula. Dracula. And then they changed it to Castlevania. Why?
Yeah, because it was called Devil's Castle, and the Americans did not want to use the word devil in the titles.
That was during the 80s where the everything is satanic craze came out.
Yeah.
They're just calling everything out. I was like, oh, God.
Losers!
This is retarded.
Man, same thing with Jet Set Radio. They called the Jet Grind Radio the first game for the Dreamcast, and then they
that one I don't understand.
Then they changed.
It was Jet.
They really didn't have to change it.
And they changed. No, it was first Jet Set Radio, and then they changed to Jet Grind Radio. I was like, what the hell's wrong with Jet Set Radio? I don't get it. That I did not understand.
I guess grind sounds edgier and cooler for the American audience.
Speaking of which, Capcom also changed the name though from Ghosts and Goblins. They also changed it to another name. They had the original name for that as well.
It had something to do with Makai or something like that, like something demonic.
Yeah,
that's something demonic. Yeah. And they had to change that to Ghosts and Goblins. Mm-hmm. That's another. And they changed it that Capcom does with their titles.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that.
Makaimura.
Yeah, we're gonna
Ghosts and Goblins.
Yeah.
Translates to Demon World Village.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Makaimura.
I guess they can't use the word demon in their title here in the States, so I don't understand.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. It doesn't really matter. I mean, let's just put it to this way. Now things have changed. Now you're starting to see that the gap is kind of.
And the most popular things around is Demon Slayer, so I think we're good now.
Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah. a demon pop. That demon pop.
K-pop Demon Hunters and all that. Yeah, so I think we're good. People finally understand it's not putting them on a pedestal. This is about people hunting them down.
Exactly.
Yeah, come on now.
It's funny.
Yeah. Don't be dumb just because it's in the name.
Come on, don't get offended by
it.
Yeah. So Resident Evil.
Metalheads from the 80s, like,
yep.
We've been dealing with this nonsense forever.
Yes, we have. That's true.
Yeah. So
back to Resident Evil though. Go on.
Yeah. So
go for it.
So like I said, Resident Evil, came out. I still remember the day that I think some of our fellows and I think decided to pop in Resident Evil for the first time. We all heard about it. We were actually very excited about it. We popped it into the PlayStation, of course, for the first time. And, of course, we watched that whole entire first cinematic scene. It was all live action. It was live action at the time.
Yeah.
Where they actually had them running into the forest and stuff like that, and getting chased by those dead dogs, so to speak.
Yep, the dead dogs.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then of course one of them got mauled up.
That's Joseph. Joseph. Rest in peace to him.
Yep.
He got chowed up.
He got yoked. He got yoked easy.
Yeah, he did.
He got yoked easy.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they actually went over to the mansion right there in Raccoon City.
Well, we can't forget. They could have got out of there, but Brad Chicken Heart, they called him. Brad Chicken Heart Victus decided to take off, and then you hear Chris in that terrible acting. He's like, "No, don't go!"
It's so hilarious. Oh my! The voice acting is so
Brad
hilarious.
Vickens, yeah.
It was the only worst voice acting was House of the Dead. The first Resident Evil voice acting was horrid.
Oh my god!
Okay. They looked at characters. They had the same look as the characters, but they just didn't have the right acting tools.
People didn't take the game seriously yet. That's why they're like, "Yeah, we can't get any legit voice actors. We're gonna have to do it ourselves or something like that."
I need to know who did the American writing, because they must have been. The translation the translation must have been completely messed up, because they had to have been completely messed up, because
I remember my godbrother. He was laughing when Joseph was about to get chowed up, though. Jill was like, "Joseph!" Like, it was just so bland. Like,
oh my! I was like, were they even trying? I mean, I guess he's like, "Oh no!"
I got the voice actors right here. I pulled up the IMDb. Who do you want to know? Who voices? See if you guys remember any of these people.
Let's see. Jill. Whose voice is Jill?
Who voiced Jill?
Who played her?
Who played her, yeah.
Let's see. Jill. The hell? Oh, Inez Jezjanowski.
Okay.
I don't know.
Did she do anything else besides that? I mean, did she do voice acting before that, or was it just like?
This is probably their first gigs.
007 Racing and Resident Evil Director's Cut. That's all she's known for.
Okay, so one-offs.
Yeah.
One-offs. Okay.
That's it.
What about Barry?
Barry? Greg Smith. Let's see what he's done.
Check out Chris later.
Yeah, Chris will do last. Yeah.
No.
Guys done Barry has done nothing but Barry for Resident Evil.
Wow.
Other than an extras gig just before Resident Evil.
You could definitely tell, though.
He's just Barry. That's it. Yeah, he has nothing else.
He's like, Jill, you're the master of unlocking.
Yeah, everything you see Barry in Resident Evil, that's him. It's the same guy.
Jill, you almost became a Jill sandwich. Wow.
Yeah.
How about this part? How about this part when Jill say, "Oh, but what about you?" Barry says, "Don't worry, I got this." And he pulls up his back.
It was so bad. Jill, here's a lockpick. It might come in handy.
Oh my god! It was just.
He called her the master of unlocking.
Oh, the master of unlocking. Wow. Woo!
Stop. Don't open that door.
Open that door. Wow. Long pause.
Yeah, very long pause.
Oh, Lord.
I tell you what, though, man. When you look at that and compare it to the Resident Evil remake that came out on the GameCube, oh, man, the acting is so much 10 times better than that.
The GameCube one is amazing, dude.
Listen,
the remake was fantastic.
It was mind-blowing. I loved the GameCube.
It was at the time, but...
You remember Johnny when you remember when we actually did that tournament over there at Marymount, and then we actually they got the GameCube and they actually popped in that the new version of
the Resident Evil,
Resident Evil. Oh my,
I remember.
dude, eons better. eons better. Even
Dude,
the-
and you know what I liked about it? You know what I liked about it? Like when you walk around, you hear the thunderstorms outside.
That's right. And the lighting. The lighting was amazing too.
Yes. It was fantastic.
GameCube was powerful, man.
The GameCube was very powerful because remember that game was exclusive for a while on the GameCube, the remake.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
The
and plus they
GameCube
have
was definitely
Resident Evil 4.
underrated, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It could have competed
Yeah.
still against the PS2 and the PS3.
Yeah.
It could have competed.
They could have had it though, but
Go ahead.
They
no, I
abandoned
was
it
gonna
too.
let yeah, that's what it is though. But going back to the original Resident Evil though, what's good about the original Resident Evil? There was always going to be something that you're going to be scared of. Like if you wasn't scared of snakes, they had that big huge snake right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. When you have to fight against it, when as Jill, that was ridiculous. Save your ammo. Save your ammo.
Yeah. and here's the thing though, if you was afraid of spiders, oh yeah, we got spiders for you. We're going to scare you with something. There's going to be something in there we're going to put in there that you're going to be afraid of for sure.
Absolutely.
You're scared of sharks? Well, there's going to be a shark there. Oh yeah. They had something there for everybody.
My God.
Are you scared of blood? I hope it's not Chris's blood.
Oh wow.
Blood.
Oh wow.
You guys remember that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Of course. Who doesn't? That's the first part of the game.
Wow. Oh man.
I was like, how am I going to get into the story and get scared? Dude. Then bam, the fucking dogs, I got scared.
I mean,
Oh,
I mean, come on.
They're gonna get you.
When you saw,
we're gonna get you.
When you saw the partner thing where when you saw the first zombie and you saw I think one of your partners actually on the floor, and then all of a sudden you hear then he turned his.
Well, you see when he turns his head and looks at you?
Then he turns his head like this.
Yeah.
That freaked me out too. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Until the voice acting started, then I'm like, I'm taken out again.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
The voice actor takes you out. The voice actor.
I'm surprised it's as scary as it is with the voice acting.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Yeah,
because it turns into a comedy. Like it's supposed to be a horror game, and then it turns into a comedy. As soon as the voice actor starts, you're like, oh man, dude, just shut up and let me play the game, just for a little bit.
Put it in text. I don't care. I don't need to hear it.
We'll put the voices in post. How about that? let's do the voices in post. Let's do the action in. Oh my God.
Let's do the action in.
The writing's not good either. The writing's not good either. Who writes a line like that?
They're not our top priorities.
No.
So we're just focusing on the gameplay. We're focusing on how to scare you.
But the first,
we're almost a Jill sandwich.
Yeah, Jill's oh boy.
Also, you're scared of bees? Well, there's bees in the game as well.
Oh God,
yeah. Dude, they threw every single fear in there. They did.
Yes.
If you're afraid of snakes, you got it. If you're afraid of bees, you got it. If you're afraid of sharks, you got it. If you're afraid of freaking snakes,
Spiders.
Who the hell made this game?
If you're afraid of dogs, if you're afraid of rabid dogs, you got it. I'm like, jeez, man.
The zombie dogs, man. To this day, that was my first jump scare was Resident Evil. Wow. Those dogs.
Yep. And let me tell you, the around the corner things, man. I hate that when you don't see things in view.
Oh God.
You don't see things in view.
Around the corner.
That's what pisses me off because sometimes
the forced angle. The forced angle made it scary.
Especially when you're running.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, you come around the corner and you run into a wall.
You run into a wall, exactly. Tank controls. And then, or better yet, a cinema scene. Like you actually start walking, and then all of a sudden your character starts backing up, and something's coming after you. And then it takes you out of the cinema scene, and then you're back to your controls, and then you're like, wait a minute, hold on. Was it going forward, or was it going backwards? So you sit right there, and you press forward by accident, and you're walking towards a freaking zombie. You're like, what are you doing? You
want to know what's the freak is? When you go back into the mansion, and then when you're about to enter the door, you see something like running, and it's grabbing and it's opening the door. It goes. You see like a claw. The first introduction of the hunters.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That freaked the hell. I was like, what the hell is this? And something was running towards you. And then when you go back to your character, then you see this green-looking gremlin with razor claws that's trying to scratch you. And if you're down to your your health, even if you're unconscious, that thing will slice your head off.
That's crazy.
It's so stressful, dude. Those games are so stressful.
Yeah. Also, the puzzles. Some of the puzzles in that thing were like, okay, and then,
You stress me out, then give me a puzzle to figure out too.
The puzzles, man. I would say, if there's any frustration. Well, not really frustration, but some of the puzzles, like when the first time you play the game, you like sit right there. You're like, oh, you need to find this. You need to find this to open this. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Didn't I see this? And then you have to go back and go through a couple of doors and stuff like that. And then you're like, oh, wait, am I supposed to actually open up this? And even worse, finding ribbons. Those are another thing. Finding those ribbons so you can save the freaking game. That that in itself is frustrating because you can't save a lot. You can't keep on saving because you lose ribbons. And, and of course, what's even worse. What's even worse is the ammo count. The ammo count sucks because when you actually want to save your freaking fire weapon and all that stuff, and you because some certain enemies only are susceptible to fire, you have to have it, and you don't have it, you're like, what do I do?
What should I do?
I can't kill this.
I mean, if I try to run around it, there's a good chance he might grab me.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, the tyrant. The tyrant is a pain in the.
That's at the end.
Well, yeah.
You guys brought up a fun memory. Me and my sister got into an argument over the save tape. She wanted to play a different game on the Dreamcast, and I was like, "Wait, I gotta find the save tape first." She's like, "Okay, cool." I took like an hour and a half. So you didn't have the save tape yet? You didn't? No, I couldn't find one, dude. I had it the whole time. She found out, and she didn't talk to me for the rest of the day.
I can't. Wow.
We're gonna get into that. The mistakes and everything. saving at the wrong time.
You're listening to this. It's pretty funny.
Saving at the wrong time, and also saving over a save that you actually should not have done in the first place because you actually. God. That we're gonna talk about that.
That's a pisser.
We'll talk about that further in.
We're gonna myself in the ass.
That is a pisser.
Yeah, we're gonna dive.
Yeah, that sucks. That was not fun.
It's a joy of having siblings, man.
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, but yeah, let's talk about because I know we're going to be going into there's a lot of Resident Evils and everything, so we're going to talk about a lot of them briefly. But I would say, like, what's your most frustrating time in Resident Evil 1 that you remember that you actually felt really good when you finally got through it?
Nice.
The tyrant fight.
Oh.
The tyrant fight? Really? I don't know.
I didn't know what to do at first, and I had almost no ammo.
Oh, okay, that sucks.
The first time I got there, I was completely unprepared.
That sucks.
Because that happened to a lot of people. Because I remember when there was some people when they get to the top of it, they'd be like 2 or 3 bullets, and they said, okay, all I have to do is call the player, and then that's it, and then I'm done. And then when that tyrant busts out through the floor, and you have no ammo, forget it. And then Brad won't even throw the rocket launcher down to you until you damage it enough. I was like,
so if you have no ammo, how are you going to damage it?
Yeah.
So I was screwed. I was screwed for a while, dude.
Yeah, that happened to a lot of people.
It happened to me. I was sitting right there, and I was like down to like I don't know how many bullets. I only had a pea shooter. No shotgun. I had no shotgun bullets. I only had my freaking pea shooter. I think I only had like one herb left or something like that. And I just kept on running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to get away from trying to get
There's
away
those
from
corners you're talking about in that fight.
Yes. Trying to run around this dude.
The camera view changes up though. That's the problem. You know what happened to me? I was using my shotgun shells on the damn gremlins, the ones they love to go up in the ceiling. They like to hit you with their little hook. They annoyed the shit out of me, those little fuckers. I couldn't stand them.
Let me tell you something. Hunters were a pain.
Dreadful ass game.
Yeah,
the developers are sadists.
They are. Oh, they are.
They must have been left over from the 80s.
See, every
Just
single
punish the players.
every single boss fight is a fight to actually try to either reserve ammo or find a way to actually, say, okay, well, I need to find another means because I don't want to, use up everything. I don't want to use up all my resources. I don't want to do it. Like, when is the, like, for instance, the Jill fight against that freaking gigantic snake, dude. Listen, when is when is it going to die? Because that thing is fast, and they use the freaking tail and stuff like that. And you try, and
they use that tail to go around you to trap you.
Yeah,
that's what that snake did.
And the headshots, you have to get the freaking headshots. If you don't, you're cooked. That's how it works. It's crazy.
Yeah, you were done.
Oh my god, man.
Yeah, you were done. You were done. But I do want to mention though, when the original Resident Evil came out on the PlayStation and the Sega Saturn, but did you guys know that also came out on the Nintendo DS? Also?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude, look at that.
Yeah, it has the original game and it has the Rebirth version. The Rebirth version, they changed up the what do you call it, the puzzle rooms. So there's some like puzzles you have to solve. There was like new puzzles that you have to solve in the game, and then there'll be at some point in time in the game when you enter a room, you'll be in first person mode and you have to fight off the zombies or crows with your knife. So you have to use the little.
How does that translate to the small screen? Does it play well?
Yeah, pretty good.
Oh, it plays very well. Dude, it's like they put the whole. They put the whole original game in this little cart, and they also put the Rebirth version in here as well. The Rebirth version was a different version of it.
It's ridiculous.
That's very impressive. Nintendo is masters at compressing software.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Still have the little instruction there. As you can see, that I had to show it off. It was all in color too, though.
Listen,
but the instruction book was in color.
I was impressed when they did that Metal Gear game for the
Oh, you mean Metal Gear Solid 3 on Metal Gear Solid 3 on the DS? Yes,
that's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I was like, Konami? Wow. Impressed me much? Holy cow! That's crazy, man.
I would love to see what their dev kits look like. I would love to see that.
Yeah. Listen, that's when you know devs are dedicated. When you see them do things like that they're dedicated, man. They really are. They're dedicated.
Dude, they even put the whole the beginning of the FMV of the place of Resident Evil in there. So the whole FMV in there, because I didn't think they were able to do it, but then when I started the game, then I was watching the FMV. I was like, oh my god, they actually put the whole FMV from the PlayStation version in there. I was like, wow. I was amazed. I couldn't believe it.
Yep, they're wizards, man. They are wizards. Capcom.
Actually, I want to make a correction. For you guys. It was Metal Gear Solid 3 on the 3DS, not the DS.
Okay, 3DS. Okay. 3DS
yeah,
was...
this is the DS.
Okay.
This is the regular DS. Yeah. But it was on the 3DS. But still, it was an amazing game. Still great.
Absolutely. You know what, though? To be honest with you, they're impressive. It's very impressive what they did. So... Yeah. But yeah, man, gosh, I can't believe it. Now, of course, I want to segue into the sequel because
the second game,
second game, which I believe that came out 2 years after the first game. I think
it came out in like January of 1998.
1998, and
I had the game. I pre-ordered it, and also I know you guys heard the story before. When I bought the game and I played through it, and then I was actually working for my high school newspaper, and I wrote a review on it on the game, and everybody liked it.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
that was an awesome story.
I wish I still had that. I had the paper, but then for some reason, when I moved out, I don't know, somebody must have tossed it out. But I wish I still had it though. I could have showed you guys that. But
your mom might have it, bro.
Yeah, easy, yeah.
Moms keep stuff like that, dude. If she got a hold of it, she kept it.
She probably.
I'll say though, because it wasn't some pictures. Because there's no way I was just gonna write a boring article. I wouldn't say a boring article. I'm just gonna leave like just worse. Okay, I had to show exactly what the game looked like. So I had to get a floppy disk, and I had to go online. I had to go on Capcom's site. I had to get some screenshots. I had to get at least like 3 screenshots. And dude, I can only fit maybe like, if I was lucky, maybe 5 pictures on a floppy disk. Okay.
Those floppy disks were small, man. The memory was small on those things, man.
Yeah, the memory was very small. Okay, I had to say, and it took me a while to save pictures because remember that long you had to wait for it to go down. I was like, oh boy, I gotta wait until this thing saves.
Oh my god. Dude.
And then I had to upload it. And I had to make sure I had to paste it on the article on the side to make sure people can see it.
Wow.
So yeah, but you know what? It was damn worth it. It was damn worth it.
Listen,
and I enjoyed it.
Players appreciate the technology you have now because back then,
yes.
let me tell you something. That was normal for us. That was like that being able to download, let alone a picture, not a video, a picture. It took time for it to load, you know. And even worse, you see the pixelized version is like pixelized, and then it literally has to like, you know, take time for it to actually clear up before the picture even shows up. It's
because if you don't if you don't let that thing like clear up and load up, you're gonna get a blurry picture. You have to let it like clear up and make sure it gets clear. Okay. You know, we had to wait a full minute for that though, but that's how we did it back in the days.
Dude, you can go make yourself a sandwich. You can make yourself a sandwich and everything, and then come back, and probably like almost done. It'd be like the picture's almost done.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So yeah.
Good times, man.
Resident Evil 2, man. We went from a mansion, and now we went to a city and to a police station.
Raccoon City, yes indeed. Let me tell you something. Resident Evil 2 it was a phenomenon. Resident Evil 2 was a phenomenon. It was like one of the best Resident Evils, you know, in a long time. Came out for the PlayStation 1. Two disc. It was a 2-disc game. You know, the first disc obviously you get to play as Claire, and then I think the second disc you actually play as Leon. So So let me tell you something. It's one of those games where you have all that. Yeah. Oh man, look at that.
I think it's what jump-started the Resident Evil fandom.
Yes.
I mean, people liked it already, but I think 2 is what made it huge.
I think 2 was the one that really start up the.
That's what broke it. That's what broke it out of
Resident 2. Yes, I believe that game like started all because even though I remember I was reading an interview with the director. I forgot what was his name though, but he was saying that he wanted to bring it up a notch. Like you was in a mansion, okay? You was in a mansion, but the thing is that you're in a city, and the first place you would go would be a police station, and then you find out the police station is not safe. So he wanted to bring it up a notch, and he did it. They nailed it. The direction they went with it, they nailed it perfectly.
You know? Oh yeah. Oh, he just got into the city. Oh, he's a new recruit. Yeah, he went into a city and the place was devastated, bruh. Listen, let me tell you something. You know what's kind of frustrating, especially when you got a new position, you don't know what the F is going on, and then all of a sudden you just kind of get blindsided and find out the whole place is infested with freaking zombies. Come on, bro.
Hideous monsters.
You want to talk about having a bad day? That's having a bad day and everything.
That's a bad day. That's the worst first day of the job.
As soon as I walk in, I see that stuff. I'm like, dude, I need a pay raise now. I'm like, listen.
It's that story I hear from all my cop friends. Don't wish for action on your first day because you're gonna get it.
Yeah, exactly.
You will get it.
You're gonna get it.
Believe you.
It ain't gonna be what you wanted.
Yeah. He's like, dude, I want to get promoted real quick.
You ain't gonna be ready for it until it actually happens.
And then you see the chief and everything.
Well, there you go.
And the chief got effed up and everything. You're like, damn, I guess I'm chief
now.
now.
Chief Ayers was a man. That guy was the creepiest motherfucker.
Yo.
Especially in the original game. in the original game when he just lost it, and you saw what he did with the mayor's daughter.
Bro.
Okay, had her dead body right on her table. When he turned around, he said, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I thought you were one of those zombies." And I'm like, dude, why the fuck you have this dead corpse on your table? Like, what is this? And then later on, because this was in Claire's story.
Yeah.
This was in Claire's story.
Yeah, this is Claire's.
And then you go down, you find out his hidden place that leads to the underground, and then you go down there, and then all of a sudden he just lost his freaking mind. He lost his freaking mind. He says, "I'm not letting anyone leave my town. Everybody's gonna die. Everyone's gonna die." Famous line that's in the commercial.
Yeah,
if you remember that commercial,
right.
He said,
Everybody's gonna die.
Everyone's gonna die. Yes, that famous line.
Oh my!
And then you finally see what he truly gets. Get what he deserves. He either has the baby emblem comes out of him, or William Birkin's already in his process of becoming the new tyrant, and he just like cuts him up in half. He brings him down, he cuts him up in half, and shreds the shit out of him.
It's very nice.
Rightfully so.
Well, you know what? Sometimes every dog has his day and everything. I guess he has his in spades.
Oh yeah, he had his for sure.
Yeah, indeed.
He did.
But a fantastic story. The story was very good.
Fantastic sequel.
The puzzles in the game were like okay. It was more action oriented, actually. Believe it or not, there was more. Yeah. There was more to do. There was more to do in the town. And also getting the herbs and everything were I can't say simpler, but they were more abundant in a sense.
There were more. There was like first aid sprays.
First aid sprays and all that stuff. Yeah, and just going through back doors and all that stuff. It was actually I loved it.
I gotta ask you guys a question.
Yeah.
What was your first reactions when you saw the liquor up in the ceiling?
Yo.
No, sir, I didn't like it.
No. I said, listen, I'm getting too old for this shit. I'm like, no, dude.
He turned you into Danny Glover?
Yeah, literally. I'm like, oh, come on, really?
I felt like Indiana Jones. I was like, why did it have to be that?
Yeah, I'm like,
why?
Why?
You ever feel deflated? You ever had those moments and everything when you feel deflated? That right there was it. That was like, oh.
Dude. And what's scary is that freaking thing can leap at you, and if you was that critical hit, it can kill you in one hit.
In one hit, exactly.
If you're not fast enough. That thing was fast as a mother.
Leaping all over the place. That stupid freaking tongue. Come on, man. Leave me alone. Bruh.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, you had to get a shotgun to kill that thing.
Yep.
You had to have a shotgun to kill that sucker.
Knives are not.
Tell it I hate it.
Yes,
oh God.
There it is. Oh,
that's it.
God, man.
What's with the exposed double brain? It's messed up, man.
Those are his eyes.
Dude.
Those are his eyes, man.
Yeah,
those are his eyes.
No, remember, those things are blind. No, they're not his eyes. The leakers don't have eyes.
Yeah, that's his brain,
no. That's what I'm saying. Those are his.
Oh, you mean eyes?
Those are his eyes. It's like literally, literally that right there. He's actually, can sense everything. So he's like, yeah. I got.
Where's that thing hiding again? So I can go over there, know where it is, and then never go there again.
Actually, you had to go there because of the exit. Right there. The exit. Yeah, because the exit. Yeah, because the exit was like right there, and the liquor was actually on top. Yeah, so.
Well, yeah, you have to.
You saw the exit sign behind it, dude.
Yeah. So, which sucks.
You had to go. You had to go to it because there was no way. You had if you want to proceed to the game, you had to go that way. And all that. And how about that? How about that big
0 out of 5 stars?
Listen, let me
That's
tell you.
my review.
That alligator, Leon, you a brave mother effer, because that thing right there was that freaking jaw was bigger than your freaking body, and it would chop you in half and everything if you actually F up. Because one time, and I think I was like, I got too close to it. I don't know what I was doing, but my life was like not at critical, but it was close to critical. How the F did I actually was aiming for his freaking mouth, and it just still happened to.
But then later on, you find out there's an easy way. All you had to do was run back, put down the canister, the gas canister, and then he'll see it. And once the alligator sees it, he picks it up with his mouth, then shoot it immediately, and it blows half his head off.
See, if I would have known that, I would have actually done that, from the get-go, but I didn't.
You guys are talking about that, but you forgot this from the last one on the GameCube.
No, we did talk about the shark.
Yeah, we talked about sharks.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we talked about sharks.
Oh,
yeah.
my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a shark from the remake. Yeah, that shark will eat you alive if you didn't know what you were doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you had to. But you had to.
That was the remake.
You had to get to the box. You had to get to the box and everything electrocuted. So obviously. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was in the remake. And the remake, but what's better to in the original game, you had to run. You had to run to the other door. And then what you had to do is that you had to flush down the water. And once you flush down the water, then you see the shark flipping around as ready helpless.
Around. It's hilarious, though.
I looked that up later, man. I didn't have a GameCube. I saw it at a friend's house.
Yeah. In the remake, you had to electrocute it. Yep. So they made some differences, which I thought was really cool.
So cool, man.
I thought it was great. The only problem I have with the Resident Evil 1 remake, I hated the freaking Crimson Heads. Those Crimson Heads pissed me off because anytime you had to kill a zombie, you had to make sure you burned the body.
Yep.
If you didn't, some zombies will come back and they'll be powerful as hell and they'll be hard to kill.
Yeah.
And they have sharp claws and they'll claw you.
I hate that, man.
Well, that's one. I know a lot of people that actually liked the remake, and they said that's one of the reasons they hated it. That's one of the reasons. One of the reasons they didn't like it is because of the damn Crimson Heads.
Burn the body. Just burn the body.
If you had a lighter.
They're not dead. But you know what though? And
like
it's also limited.
Bodies, dude. It's messed up.
But it's limited though. That's the thing. You don't have enough.
It's limited.
Yes, which sucks.
Exactly.
Because if you don't have anything to burn the body with, you're screwed.
Yeah, you just have to run past it and hope for the best.
And pray.
That's it.
Yeah, and pray because if you have to come back, and it's coming back stronger. And also, it has the ability to grab you, and also hurt you real bad. Because they could put you into critical and everything if it slashes you, which actually sucks.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So, but Resident Evil 2.
So back to 2. We talked about the alligator.
Yep.
And then William Birkin just stalks you throughout the whole game.
Throughout the whole entire game.
Yeah, you still had to deal with the spiders. Mm-hmm. The spiders were still there.
Yep.
And then once you get to the lab, you deal with these ivy plants.
Dude,
those ivy plants has long distance. They can whip the hell out of you, and they can also spit acid on you.
Which sucks.
And if they spit the acid on you, you're gonna get poisoned, and you better hope you have a blue herb.
That's what I'm talking about. That part right there sucks because if you actually get whipped. If you get smacked around a little bit and everything, that's no problem. But once you actually get hit with that acid and you have no blue herb and you're sitting right there and you're frantically trying to heal yourself because the poison keeps on bringing your life down, you better, man. I think that happened to me once. I think I killed the plant, but I still died anyway because the poison was still in my system. So I was actually running frantically to try to get myself a blue herb. I was running frantically to try to get myself a blue herb because I was obviously, there's no save. You have to go to the safe spot, obviously. And I wanted to run to the safe spot, and I was praying that the poison was not gonna bring my life down too much.
It's not gonna kill you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It did. It's the worst when you're like right there.
It did. He's like, you beat the boss, but you're gonna die anyway. Yeah. Time's up.
No, you just fall to the ground.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, we forgot to talk about. We can't talk about those famous cutscenes, the famous the loading screens, the ones where you have to when you walk through the door and everything, and you have to go up the stairs.
Oh, the stairs.
The
stairs. Yeah.
Going down the elevator. Yeah.
Creepy ass.
But that was the cool. That was the coolest. That was the coolest loading screens. That was the coolest loading screens because it's like a load. It doesn't feel like a loading screen. It feels like you're actually going to the next.
It's still part of the game.
It's still part of the game.
Feels like.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was really. That was like.
So you're trying to keep you immersed, except for the voice acting, dude. Like I said, everything was on point except for the voice acting.
Yeah, the voice acting takes you out. That's the only problem.
Right. Exactly.
But Resident Evil 2, amazing game. The ending was phenomenal.
I thought the ending was great though, and I love the weapons, and I love the attachments you can have. You can get the super shotgun. Once you get that super shotgun,
oh yes,
nothing was gonna stop you.
Super shotgun was the weapon to have.
Yeah.
The weapon to have.
Yep, the Magnum was good. Of course, the machine gun was great. Yep. You know what I do? At the end, after you kill Birkin in the train, I usually take I usually throw all the weapons in the in the cabinet. You know, where you open up the box.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the box. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the box. Mm-hmm. Why did I say that? The box where you put all the weapons in the box. So when I'm about to finish the game, all I take is the machine gun, and all you have to do is just go back against the wall. And just blast that fucking thing, and then he's dead. Just keep nonstop, and you're good. That's all you had to do to beat him.
Nice.
You didn't have to use any slow weapons, stuff like that. Just go back and just use that machine gun on him, and just keep using it, and it'll be enough to kill him.
Interesting.
Don't stop.
I you know what? I never really thought about using a machine gun. I was thinking more, more like explosive weapons and everything would probably be better. But oh well.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Yeah.
To each one's own. I might. I feel like going back into the game anyway. Just for the hell of it.
The original game, Because we're gonna get to the remake in a moment, though. But I will say this though: have you fought? There was a room that you can enter, and if you put in the cola, because remember when you have the scenario A, the scenario B, depending on what you play. There's a certain code you can put in, there's a door when you get to the umbrella laboratory that you can't enter in your first playthrough. You can only enter through your second playthrough. You put in this code, you go into this room, and you can fight the moth, the giant moth.
Oh, the giant
Remember
moth.
that?
That's right, the secret boss. That's right. I forgot about that. Yes. Oh yeah, dude, that's so freaking amazing. I mean, see little things like that. Is what brings value to amazing games, especially Resident Evil. Resident Evil really takes it to the next level when it comes down to bringing in and also second playthroughs. Come on, who remembers Hunk? Who remembers Hunk? I mean, we're gonna get into.
Oh, that's a mini game. Yeah, we're talking about the fourth survivor. After you beat the game, you unlock Hunk's game though. Yes. And what you have to do is that you start from the sewers. You start from the sewers, and you gotta make your way back up to the police station. You gotta get to the rooftop.
Yep.
And then
that was fun. That was a fun little.
That was a lot of fun. But then we had a challenge though. After you beat the game 6 times, you get to unlock Tofu himself.
Tofu. That's right. Tofu.
And he only has a knife. He only has a knife and herbs.
That's the most.
They have some good unlockables that are on par with Metal Gear.
Listen. That is the most. You want to talk about challenging? Being a tofu with a knife and herbs. That's it. You.
Speak some Japanese.
Man.
Yeah.
You're toast. No pun intended. Yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty much close though. But I will say this though. I don't know if you guys noticed though, when you go to the laboratory. And once you go to the laboratory, you don't fight the red liquors anymore. You fight the green ones, and the green ones did so much damage. It was I remember when I went in there and I was running around. I saw the green ones. My life was on green, so I was fine. Once I got slashed by one of those green liquors,
critical. Right?
It went straight down to danger.
Yeah, you start limping and you get pissed off.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yo.
Yeah. Those green liquors did so much damage.
Dude.
So you have to make sure you kill them. If you're going to kill them, you kill them. don't f up on your when you're aiming to kill them.
Man, so
You'll regret it.
I would say that the second playthroughs are actually the most fun, and those are the ones that really pushes your limit. The fact is that number one, you have limited herbs. Number two, you have limited ribbons. I think there was one day where you actually don't even get ribbons. It's like oh, you're lucky. Maybe they'll give you an opportunity to actually be able to save your game.
There's so many things in the game. It's like, oh,
dude,
it's like the Easter eggs, and then you always want to make sure you want to like do better. Like every time you play the game, though, because remember when I first had that game, Resident Evil 2, I wanted to see if I could beat it without saving. I wanted to see if I could beat it, at a lesser time, like beat it in less than 2 hours. So because you'll get a better score, and then you'll get like the rocket launcher, you get some better weapons. So that was fun about that game. Like the more you know the ins and outs of Resident Evil 2, and then you go through it, and you have a blast going through that game. The game rewards you.
It reminds
we don't see that too.
It reminds me because basically, I would say Resident Evil is one of the first games that really pushed people to the limit, because you really wanted to see what you can actually accomplish without doing this, that, and the other thing, and also being able to understand where the puzzles are. Like for instance, like almost like muscle memory. You've said, oh, this door actually has this particular piece. This is the pattern that you actually have to put like, for instance, like the two marbles or something like that. You have to put it inside there, one and the other, to finally unlock that one cabinet that actually had a piece that you needed, and you finally got it, and you get this key, and you're like, oh, where does this key go? Kind of thing. I love it. That's what makes it so fun. It's so challenging.
Yeah.
And that's what built this whole thing. It's built this whole thing with going to certain games, like for instance, like the Elden Ring. People are always doing these amazing feats, beating bosses with like one weak weapon and no freaking armor. Dude, do you have anything better to do with your time? I've seen it, and I'm like, how? You must be dedicated, bro. You must be dedicated.
Yeah, well, if they love the game so much, then let them do what they want to do.
Yeah,
they have to be like combination quick learners and just dedicated, man. Because like the amount of time they do it in the short amount of time they're able to do it is insane.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's like they know. He's like what to do. I mean, someone beat the game using a dance pad.
Okay.
Someone beat the game using a freaking dance pad.
That's cool.
That sounds cool.
You can't make it up.
I'd love to see that.
You can't make it up. And I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, this has to be fake.
That's not even possible.
But they did.
I'd love to see that.
But they did.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, you know what? Props, mad props. So that means if you have no upper limbs and everything, you can use your legs. Then you're good to go. And finish that game like that, bro. Wow, bro. But anyway, Resident Evil 2. So you want to jump into that?
Fantastic game. Well, no. Before that, though, I mean, we forgot to mention there's some times that you get to play when you're playing Leon's game. You play as Ada for a little bit.
Oh, that's right, Ada, the sweet, sexy bitch.
Yeah. Exactly. Who made her first appearance, though.
Absolutely.
But and then if you play in Clara's game, you play as Sherry for a little bit. Because you got to get some lives as well, though.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you what, though. I mean, since we're talking about Resident Evil 2, we can talk about the remake. I did enjoy the remake. I did enjoy it, but they took out some enemies that was not in that game. Like the moth wasn't there. There was no green lickers. There was no giant tarantulas. And instead of having the ivy plants, they have the plant zombies in there, in their place, though. Yeah.
You know what? I gotta ask Capcom a question. Why? Because I mean, isn't that? Is it? I mean, I understand when you're doing a remake, it basically is a new vision of what. But wouldn't it be nice to be able to kind of throw in those Easter eggs and then some. Instead of taking something away, actually, like, adding more of those features in there and for fun. I mean, I don't.
Why can't we have the Ivy plants and the plant scale, not the plant scale, the plant zombies?
Yeah, that would have been cool. You know what I mean? And and also the fact that you can't face the green lickers. Why? And
that was weird. Why?
And the giant tarantula. Why?
Why does no jump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I was talking about that.
And the Mothman. Why?
Yeah.
I mean.
But then, it was a giant moth. Yeah.
Yeah, giant moth.
Because we can.
Yeah, because
that's the only answer.
But why would you want to take something out that was in the
We're
original
entertained
game?
and talking about it still, aren't we?
Well, true.
They must have nailed something.
Well, I mean, they did, but they decided not. They didn't want to put that in there. So
it's just a little weird. A little weird.
Yeah. It is weird though. But I will say this though, which was crazy. They even made Chief Irons a really evil piece of shit because they added this thing about the orphanage and he kidnaps Sherry and then you have to escape. You have to escape with Sherry. And let me tell you something. That part where you play as Sherry, you're trying to hide from Chief Irons. Man, this guy has a filthy mouth. He said, "Where are you, little bitch?" And he's looking for you with the flashlight. You gotta hide. If he catches you, it's game over. So yeah, that was such a creepy part right there because you're playing as this girl and you're trying to escape, and oh my god! And you know what's funny? What's funny in the original Resident Evil 2, Chief Irons kind of looked like Mike Hager a bit from Final Fight, but in the remake, he doesn't even look like him anymore. He just looks like an old typical evil, like creepy old bastard. That's what he is, an old bastard. So you know what? We're gonna make this guy. Yeah, we're gonna make this guy an old piece of shit. But we can't have him look like Mike Hager because Mike Hager is a badass. He's not a badass. He's an old evil piece of shit. And I think that was a smart move that Capcom did.
I would say so too. Because they had to make him unlikable. They had to make him like really creepy and unlikable, and
Yeah, he's a creepy piece of shit, so he has to look like a creepy piece of shit. Yeah.
Exactly. But usually the worst, usually the worst kinds are the ones who actually look innocent in the thing, but they actually, they actually screw you. So those are the ones that are even worse.
Yeah.
And we keep on. How do we skip out on Wesker? We gotta talk about Wesker because Wesker is actually an imperative.
We could go back in the first game though when he actually was like leading the team, and then you find out later he was a betrayer.
Yep.
And then you find out that he was involved. He got Barry to betray you at the end until Barry helps you out at the end. He turns around. So, yeah. And then you got to see he was involved with it. Then he let the tyrant attack him so he can be more powerful because he had an injection that Spencer gave him. That if you die, you'll come back. You'll be more powerful. But then he will lose his humanity. That's the thing,
dude.
So
Wesker. I would consider as one of the most badass villains in the Resident Evil universe. He's basically been in almost every single Resident Evil game, almost. And he always reprises his role somewhere in certain ones. He showed up. I think he showed up in he showed up in 5. I believe it was 5.
He was in 5. Yes, he was in 5.
He showed up in 5.
Wesker?
Yes.
Yes, he was in 5.
He showed up in 5. I think it was in parts in 6. He actually showed up. And
remember 5. He was dead.
That's right.
They killed him.
That's right. He did kill him. That's right.
He got killed in 5. Yeah, they killed him in 5. But he was the one that saved Ada from that fall. Remember, she was fall.
That's right.
They revealed that it was Wesker that saved her. And then during that time in Resident Evil 4, Ada was working with Wesker. They showed that in the original game, and they showed that in the remake of Resident Evil 4 as well.
Yeah. So basically, I would say 4 and 5.
Cole Veronica was at his peak, though. We got to saw how really powerful he was. because we
Yes.
didn't get to
That's what I
see.
played.
Oh yes.
Most of. Code Veronica was
Yeah.
nuts. I
Yo,
loved it.
He went toe to
Yeah.
toe. He went toe to toe with Chris. Yeah. I mean, it was epic. Let's just put it that way. I can say it. I can say that.
Yeah.
You know?
We had that game in my Babbage's. That's how long ago
And
it was.
and you know what? And that music when you actually fought against I think it was Anna. I think it was Anna or Christine. What's her name?
Oh, you're talking about the twin siblings,
Twin
those
siblings.
sickos.
Yes, exactly. Well, you know, besides the male counterpart, we're talking about the female counterpart, the more powerful.
Oh, the female part, she. Oh my goodness.
That soundtrack was awesome. As soon as the music came on and stuff like that, I was like, listen. You want to talk about a part that you is like, okay, you know what? Getting close to her is suicide. That's you know, I mean, literally, it's suicide because
you cannot get closer. You go closer, and that's it. It's game over.
That's it.
You have to make sure you stay your ass away from her.
Yep.
For sure.
And that music was amazing. But the fact is that Wesker was actually going to go toe-to-toe with her was like, okay. You know,
Oh, yeah, especially that scene when he was pulling Matrix styles.
Yes.
He ran up the wall. He was pulling out Neo. Come on.
It was awesome, though. But you saw his eyes,
It
though.
was awesome.
But you saw his eyes, though. He's like, you know, when you saw him and he punched him, he's like,
yeah.
I was like, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what, though? I would say I would still consider Wesker still is the most badass Resident Evil villain.
He absolutely is, though. But
what a cool character.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though. Since we're kind of like wrapping up with Resident Evil 2, though. Since Leon, Claire, and Sherry they escaped Raccoon City, though. There was a story. There was something else going on in Raccoon City, and that was Jill. She was still in Raccoon City, is also trying to escape. And then Umbrella sent out the Nemesis to wipe out the whole S.T.A.R.S. team. And then what Umbrella actually did, they actually sent out their rescue squad, which Carlos, Nikolai, and Mikhail. Those three guys, they were out to they're covering them and say, oh no, Umbrella's not responsible. See, we have our own team, so we're sending out the rescue team. But the thing is, Umbrella is sending them out to get destroyed. Well, Nikolai was trying to get rid of all of them. That's what he was trying to do. He was the backstabber in that one as well.
He was our number one bad guy. Yes, indeed, Nikolai.
Yes.
Yeah. Do not trust a guy who named Nikolai. If his name is Nikolai, don't trust him.
Yeah. Not only Jill had to deal with the Nemesis, but he had to deal with that scumbag. But luckily, Carlos was there to help her, because if you remember in Resident Evil 3, okay, there was a part in the game where, of course, in the game you're playing as Jill, you're trying to escape, you're trying to go around, and what happens is you bump into Carlos, get acquaintance, and then go your separate ways. There was a part in the game, you're running away from the Nemesis. There was a part in the clock tower where the Nemesis actually poisons Jill. He poisons Jill, and then it was up to Carlos to go into the hospital, the Raccoon City hospital, and he had to find a cure for her, because if he didn't, Jill would have been a goner.
Yep.
So it was a part where you played as Carlos, which I thought was really cool. So I enjoyed that.
So saving Jill was actually part of it. Yeah, indeed, which is awesome.
Yes. Yeah, which I thought that was very unique, though. But it's a damn shame that Carlos did not appear in other Resident Evil games. So he was only on the third game. So I thought he was a very unique character.
Yeah, they should have. I wish they could have fleshed out his story just a little bit. Kind of get his origin.
I think they should have.
Or what he's going to be doing afterwards. I mean, I don't know. That would have made more sense. I don't know.
Yeah, I actually enjoy Nemesis. I love the weapons. I love the grenade launchers, because you can have acid, there's flash grenades, there's fire. I thought that was a really cool weapon.
The fun stuff. The limited stuff, the fun but limited stuff, because I mean, trying to find those explosives are pain in the ass. Ugh.
Yeah, but you know what? If you can find them, those are good. You want to know what works on the Nemesis? What grenades work on the Nemesis when you have the grenade launcher? If you have the freeze ones, if you have the freeze grenade, the freeze rounds, Okay, the free rounds will do the Nemesis in big time.
Ooh,
Really?
Those free grenades, yes.
these ones, huh?
Use the freeze ones, they
Okay.
will affect the Nemesis really bad, and
Mm.
it will hurt him.
Mm.
But they were very rare though. But if you're able to get them, you save those for him. Always save those for him.
Yes, look everywhere. Look everywhere. Take risks. Try to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, take risks and everything at your own detriment, because sometimes when you actually decide to venture off the beaten path, Nemesis shows up out of nowhere. The music comes on and everything, and he's like, okay, where's he gonna bust through now? You know, kind of thing. Because the Nemesis is literally pursuing you throughout the entire game, which is ridiculous. Because
you're not really safe though.
You're
You
not
run
really
away
safe.
from him, he's still gonna. He's still gonna chase you. He's gonna run down because you know what's funny is that once you thought you escape him, you go to the next screen, you hear a door opening and closing, and it's him, and he's running towards you.
Oh, how about that partner thing when you're running down the hallway? When you're running down the hallway and you're actually trying to get into the other door, and then all of a sudden he bursts through the freaking wall. I'm like, bruh, are you kidding me? That's like another jump scare that I almost dropped the controller. I was like, oh damn, yo. Oh, yo.
I did.
Oh,
I dropped it.
Yeah. I was like, bro, come on,
You
man.
admitted it.
You know, thank goodness, thank goodness. But I tell you what though, one of the most fantastic times that I've ever had. Especially when it comes to that, and also the part where you thought you got towards the end of the game, and then you see Jill smiling. Oh, there, we're
Yeah, it's the clock tower
rescue.
scene. Yes.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you see freaking Nemesis right there on the.
And he blows the helicopter away. Yes, that is the most biggest ultimate team in gaming history.
That was the big FU. That was the big FU right there.
No, you're not going anywhere. It's too early, bitch. You're not going anywhere. Yes.
He's like, no, it's not.
It's not over.
The end? It's not over yet, baby. Oh,
no, it's
man.
not over.
It's
far from over. Yeah. But you know what? It's a damn shame. You know what's a damn shame is the remake. The remake was a damn shame though because it was so damn short. They cut so much content out.
I didn't want to mention it. I didn't want to mention the remake, but you know what? But you went there. But you know what?
We won't talk much about it though.
Yeah, but the thing is that's true. I think they put too much time, and also the fact is that it came out a lot faster than normal because you remember the first
came out a year later.
Yeah, like a 1 year later. Yeah, they should
have just took their time with it and maybe took maybe another 2 or 3 years.
It shows it was a rush job.
Yeah, it was rushed.
The rush job.
It was a huge rush job. It felt like a DLC content story.
Yeah. So, but
it was just so damn short. Everything was cut off. They didn't even have the Gravedigger boss. How bad was that?
That sucks, man.
How could you not have the Gravedigger boss? That was one of the most iconic bosses in the game that you fought, especially in the graveyard. You know?
Absolutely.
And then, it's frustrating.
And then, of course, I believe there was other Resident Evils before Resident Evil Code Veronica. I think there was wasn't there another Resident Evil that came in between?
There was Resident Evil. Yes, there was. Well, there was Resident Evil Survivor. That's like a real gun game, though, but it didn't fare too well. It's like you play as an unknown guy who's like he doesn't have a memory, and you're trying to go through. You go through Raccoon City. You're trying to survive and get out.
Yeah, it didn't really flush out. It didn't really flush out too good.
Yeah, it came out on the PlayStation 1 though. The game never got a release from there.
Yeah,
but since we're in that period of Resident Evil 2 and 3 though, we could go ahead. We could talk about the Resident Evil Outbreak games.
Oh yes,
because there was Outbreak 1, there was Outbreak 2.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
These I'm not too familiar with. Let me know what's up with these.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, these games. Go ahead, Torrance.
Yeah. Okay. Well, basically, I think it was Resident Evil Outbreak and Outbreak 2 was basically almost like a series. It's a series of events that actually carry through the whole entire story. Basically, I think it was the story. The first story was dealing with was it Jill? I think it was or was
Well, there was one that has to. Well, there was one. I think there was one story that I don't think I did deal with Jill, but there was a story and Outbreak 2 where you meet Marvin. Marvin was the guy that, because remember, because there was a stage in File 2 where you're in the Raccoon City, the police department, and you're getting ready for the outbreak. And so you're helping Marvin, you're helping out this woman, and you're trying to find out the zombies, and then all of a sudden you escape, but then Marvin stays behind. And since he stays behind, you already know what's his fate. So Leon's going to find him. He's already bruised up. He's hurt.
Yep.
He's going to be infected. Mm-hmm. But then the survivors, I'll give you their names, is Jim, Mark, Elisa, the stepdaughter is in Resident Evil Requiem.
Yep.
She was in the game. David, Yoko, Kevin, George, and Cindy. Those were the characters you get to choose in the game, and they had their own different abilities, though.
Yep, there's different abilities and different stories. All of them had different perspective, also in the story as well.
Yes, so, but you do play with their stories. You get to see what they go through, mm-hmm. which is interesting. And go ahead. You want to say something? I was going to mention.
I was going to say, because I mean, which actually makes the story really interesting, because it's basically around the same time period. Everything that's going on is basically another section. Basically, that person was actually going through their stuff in that same time period. Elisa, which is a very interesting story. You're basically trying to protect her because she's actually young. She's vulnerable. She's not really doing much, and she also has that little teddy bear. I think she's actually with her also, which is kind of funky. And there's a certain part in the game that actually frustrated the hell out of me, especially when you're actually, when you're trying to, I think you're trying to get to the other side. She's actually in another room, and you're trying to get there, and you're dealing with this tyrant that comes out of nowhere. That's actually, that's in a small freaking room. I think in the basement or something like that, and he's like busting through stuff, and you're trying to get you're trying to get ammo and all that stuff, and you're like, dude, come on, man.
The ammo was very precise in the game, though. I tell you, it really was, though.
Listen, the game was a pain in the ass in certain parts, but it's worth it.
That's why it was online.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why it was online. It was an online game, though. I really wished they would really re-release the game and have so that way we could play online, with Xbox Live or PlayStation Network, because it was a damn shame they shut the servers off for this game, because the servers really helped a lot. But you want to know what was my favorite stage from Outbreak File 2? The zoo stage. Even though everybody hates the zoo stage, you had to deal with the infected lions. Yo. You know who's the scariest of them all? You know it, Torrance. Yes. The damn elephant.
Oh my God.
The elephant can kill you in one shot if he stomps on you. If that infected elephant stomps on you, that was it. But I did like the concept. They had infected hyenas, lions. They had an infected toucan birds. Okay, they went all out with this because it was just imagine, dude, an infected zoo. Okay, with all these animals. Why would I want to go there, knowing that? Oh.
Listen, yeah. I would say, the thing is, why would you have to? Why do you have to do this kind of thing? I mean, it's bad enough and everything. You have to go through a prison area where you actually have to deal with all these different doors and everything, and zombies were actually, behind these prison doors. That's one part. And then you have to face what I think was a bunch of I forgot what they were. But you have to get into a door. But the only way to get through the door is that you have to take out these zombies just to open the door, and you have to close the door behind you. I think it was a door puzzle, some weird door puzzle you had to do. One door had to open, the other door had to close, and you had to make sure that it was a pain in the ass. I loved it, but it was a pain in the ass though. I would say the puzzles were the most frustrating part. I would say the
puzzles were a pain though. I did like the whole concept. I love the fact that they came up with these ideas with all these different types of monsters, though. Especially, I remember there was one in an old hospital. It was a story about this about this old guy, and he was trying to like save his wife though. But then when you're trying to help him out, then all of a sudden you see
yes.
the executioner. There was this
yes.
But then what's crazy? I remember I beat that. I beat it, and then you found out who the executioner was. You know who? You know who it was. You know who it was?
It was freaking what's his name? Oh God. Oh God.
It was the old man that you're helping.
Right.
Why would the old man attack me when you're trying?
Yo, that effed me up right there because I was like, oh wait, dude, that's the one I was trying to help, bruh.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, and I remember at stage 2. I remember they had these zombies. They were like plant zombies, and they had a plant on top of them. And they can shoot out gas too.
Yeah, it does, but that poisons you. That poisons you.
Yeah.
When you actually get, oh, dude, that's that puts effed up.
Dude, I don't know what it is, but Capcom, they were coming with so many like new monsters, especially a plant zombie. he's got a plant on the top of his head.
You know what though? Survival. Basically, let's just put it this way: Outbreak and Outbreak 2 was all about survival, and also a story and lore. They really branched it out, so you actually saw these characters. As these characters are like, I wouldn't consider them nobodies. I wouldn't consider them nobodies.
No, I wouldn't consider them nobodies, but they had different stories.
But they had a significant part.
They were minor. They were minor characters. That's what they were. They weren't like big major characters.
And what's funny about that too is like when you actually read some of the files actually do take place and everything in between Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 2, some certain characters that you actually meet up. Requiem. That's even funnier too.
Even game too.
Yeah, even Requiem. They actually have some notes and everything that actually branches into Requiem. Which is yo, bro. This is the reason why I want to play it so badly. So I'm definitely gonna jump into that game because I was like,
yeah. When did you get into it? It's pretty wild. It's really wild. Yeah.
Yep. And some of the characters were familiar too. I was like, oh wait, who is this? Oh, I know who this is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's pretty much done with Outbreak and Outbreak 2. But then there was also another game that was around the time of Resident Evil 2 and 3. It was called Resident Evil Dead Aim, which is another game.
Another shooter.
That's like a
first-person shooter.
Yeah, you play as Bruce and Fawn. I mean, I'll be honest with you, to all the players out there, I didn't really play this game. I read like a little bit of it, but I do just want to play it just to see what it was and see how it fits into it. But I said some people told me it was alright. It was So
it's considered a rare one. It's considered a rare game. It's rare to find it, because I think there was limited copies too. So if you find that game, consider yourself lucky.
It's for PS2. Yeah, it's for PS2. PS2. Exactly. Then so we didn't go too deep into Code. Well, we did talk about Code Veronica a bit.
A little bit, but let's go full bore because let's just put it this way. Code Veronica was one of those games.
It's scary too.
It was like one.
Oh yeah, I was not expecting that.
It's considered one of the better Resident Evil since Resident Evil 2. A lot of people were saying that.
Yes,
and that's saying a lot because the story does branch a lot into more about the Jill and Chris Redfield. I'm sorry. Claire and Chris Redfield. So you have the siblings. So brother and sister, basically, fighting side by side in a sense. You don't get into Chris's story until the second part of the story, obviously. And on top of that, the cast of characters that you actually meet up with in the game as well, especially that blonde gung ho dude.
Yeah,
Steve. With the golden guns, and he had that's the one you want to yell at. That's the one you want to freaking yell at. He's like, what the?
I want to smack him.
He's like, what the hell? He freaking picks up the guns because he saw how awesome they were, and then sets up a freaking trap. You
moron!
You
I just
moron!
want to smack. I just want to smack him every time I see him.
You know,
I just want to give him a good smack.
yeah,
That's all.
Well, he got his in the end, but that's beside
He
the
did.
point.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you know, so you'll if you play the.
I didn't feel sorry. I didn't feel sorry for him, but you know what? To those players who didn't get to play Code Veronica, you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, there's rumors going on that there's going to be a Code Veronica remake, which I hope it happens because not too many people played Code Veronica when it came out on the Dreamcast and on PlayStation 2. So this game deserves some recognition and it deserves a remake.
Modern controls, definitely probably better voice acting.
Absolutely.
They better not change. They better not change anything about that story because the story was perfect.
No, they cannot change that story. I don't know why would.
And that first cinematic scene with Claire actually running away from the freaking agents. Come on, man. They better keep all that in because that was freaking.
Oh, dude.
That part was awesome. Everybody who saw that part was freaking awesome, especially what she did and everything. When she sat right there, put her hands up, and dropped the gun, and then
dropped the gun, and she falls down. Shoots the barrel to the back of them.
Oh my god, so freaking awesome, bro!
I was like, wow.
Yeah. So, but then again, she still gets captured. She gets put in there, but then again, she actually gets let out, obviously, because all the stuff is going on because of the outbreak.
Right.
So, man, I love it.
I'll tell you what though, what I liked about Code Veronica, I love the fact that they put like a little bit of more, little sense of horror though, because you had to make sure you had a lighter on you, and you had to make sure you walk around.
Yeah,
bro.
Yes.
Dark corridors, man.
Yes.
Dark corridors, or better yet, when you go into the part with the bunkers, when you actually go in there and you're going there, and you go to the freaking window, and then you have to get something, and then you turn around, and then every freaking they start waking up. You're like, fuck, you know, kind of thing. Come on, man. Things like that make your hair stand up because you're sitting right there and you're seeing all these bodies on the ground and they're not moving, and you're like, okay, no problem. You go over there, you go to the very end, you see where the window is, you're like, and then you actually open it up, and then you actually get what you actually need, and then as soon as you get what you need, then these things start freaking waking up. Typical Resident Evil, man. I hate
gotta keep it in there.
I hate that, man. That's frustrating. But you know, I have to tell you about some not the jump scares, but the mistakes that I actually made inside the game. Where
I made a mistake myself though. But go ahead.
But let me tell you something. Okay, number one, and this is a little big tip for all of you players out there. Make sure that you take the items out of the box before you move the disc 2. When you go to disc 2, right? Make sure you have certain items that you don't need to have on your person inside the box. Because if you don't, and you go into disc 2, and that person has the freaking item that you actually need on that person, you will not be controlling that person. So you will not have what you need to actually get to the other part of the game. I did that. Moron. And I didn't even say, and even worse, I didn't save before that part. I saved after.
Yeah.
See that?
You know, let me tell you something. There was people that did not save right from the part when you fight the tyrant on the plane. And that part right there, if that tyrant sweeps you down, it knocks you out of the plane, then you have to start all over again if you didn't save at that part.
And that was a pain in the ass. That part right there was a pain in the ass.
I hate that part so much. I hated that part.
Number one, you had to knock him back enough for it to work. Because if you didn't, he'll keep on grabbing it, stopping it, and then pushing it freaking back. And I'm like, come on, man. And your ammo, you really have to reserve your ammo, because once you run out and you have nothing left, you have to kind of, finagle your way to try to get him to, be at a certain part, to, and actually, and then run back and then hit the switch, because you won't be able to beat him. And it becomes a long battle too. I mean, I think I spent like 10 minutes trying to figure it out. I'm like,
that battle was a pain in the ass. It was a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But I tell you that. I tell you, I do like using those Uzi guns though. Those were awesome.
Machine guns, Uzi guns,
very
good.
Yep.
Explosive fire weapons, amazing. Good to have.
Yeah.
Especially against the lickers when you actually face those in the game. Which are still a pain in the ass. I was hoping they would.
Oh, they're always gonna be a pain. They're always gonna be a pain.
I always hoped they didn't put the lickers back into that game, but they had to put them back. They had to put them back in the game. Oh man, but Resident Evil Code Veronica still awesome, and of course they did bring it out for the PlayStation 2 as Resident Evil Code Veronica X. And
yes.
I think X actually you could be able to play as Hunk in that game as well.
They have extra scenes of the game.
And extra scenes
that wasn't in the that was not in the Dreamcast version.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep, a lot of unlockables, and you also can there's a new game plus in the game as well. So you finish the game, and then you have more. You have they brought back the Crimson Zombies.
Yep.
They brought back. Okay, you know what, Capcom, you are sadists. You are sadists. You are sadists. I told you. I'm gonna say this loud and proud. You guys are sadists because basically, when you wanted to unlock, cool stuff, and you want to go through the game again, and you're like, oh yeah, I know it, and then you decide to bring back the Crimson Zombies again, bruh. Bruh.
I told you they are sadists.
you guys have no shame. You guys have no shame.
No.
Come on.
They revel in your pain, dude.
Oh, we're gonna make it challenging.
And they make you pay for it.
They enjoy it.
They make you pay for it.
They enjoy it. That's what they do.
Oh,
that's exactly what they do.
Oh, what a pain in the ass. Oh man, but going further, we have to. Whoa, Johnny?
Wait, guess we lost him for a sec.
Uh-oh.
He might have hit the wrong button.
Oh boy.
He'll be back. He's probably just going to the game.
Yeah, he'll be back. But let's get into. I really want to get into.
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. Now I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I must have hit something that kicked me out though, but that was weird. Okay, let me get myself back in there.
Oh,
go ahead, but continue.
Okay, so like Resident Evil, Code Veronica, still is like one of the better. Soundtrack was absolutely amazing.
Soundtrack was great. I do love the same music room as well. That was one of my favorite themes.
The twins in the game, you get to play as a brother.
They're psychos.
Yeah, they're psychos. And you know what? The part where he actually dressed up as his sister.
Oh, dude. Here's the thing. I think this is one of the reasons why they're having trouble to do a remake for this game is because probably that scene. I was like, listen, you people out there are, favoring like men dressing up as women, so. Why is this bad right now? I just don't get it. But I mean, you enjoyed it, so I don't understand what the problem is, though.
Yeah, yo.
So just let the remake go on. Or what? And now you're gonna be afraid that you can't do a remake of Resident Evil 5? Come on, get a hold of yourself.
Hypocrites.
Get a hold of yourself. Like TJ Storm said, who worked on Resident Evil 5. Great actor, great martial artist, by the way, and a great stuntman and mocap guy. This is what he said. He said, look, Resident Evil, it has taken place in Spain, it has taken place in Antarctica, also in Africa, I mean, wasn't racist then. Why should it be racist now? Have fun with the game. Play the game.
Facts.
That's all he says.
Facts. It's a game, folks. It's a
Play the game before you run your mouth.
Game.
You might like the story and shut up.
That's all it is. Have freaking fun with it.
Listen, you can sit right there and critique movies all you like, and believe it or not, the movies you don't lambast movies like this, but you lambast video games. Come on, get a grip.
I'm tired of complainers, dude. I'm really tired of complainers.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I say,
take the fun out of it.
Capcom, forget about these guys. The fans want a remake of Code Veronica, do it.
Dude.
And then if you want to do a remake of Resident Evil 5, I mean, you tease it at the end of Resident Evil 4 remake about Resident Evil 5, like right there. So people are speculating there's going to be a 5 remake. Just do it. Do it.
Yep. And speaking of Resident Evil 4, we're gonna get into
that's what we're gonna talk about.
How Resident Evil 4. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
But before we get to 4, though, I do want to say, I'm sure you heard about this, Torrance, that there was a Resident Evil Code Veronica Gun Survivor 2 arcade game.
Oh yes, absolutely, yeah. yes. Let me tell you something. That's why I keep on saying to people, the arcade is live. The arcade is alive. Okay. To everyone that said that the arcade is dead before, no, the arcade is back. The arcade is back big time. It's not only that and everything, it's resurrected and everything. It actually became immortal. So now the arcade is here to stay. Arcades are being built everywhere, man. Arcades right now are being built by players like us that are passionate about our craft, and they are bringing classic arcade games, modern arcade games, new arcade games, amusements. Sega amusements. They're actually going full blast, and they're bringing. They're now turning out more arcade hits. A new Daytona USA game is coming out with a new motion control freaking what you call it? I mean, come on, dude. Capcom's bringing out a Resident Evil freaking light gun game.
Resident Evil 2.
Resident Evil 2.
No, that's your next one. Resident Evil 2. Deadshot. And it's the Resident Evil 2 remake, but it's gonna be a real arcade shooting game. If you guys haven't checked it out, look it up. There's already a trailer for it because excuse me, I can't even say the name. Bandai Namco worked with Capcom to get that game out though. So I'm really hoping, because I'm gonna keep checking though when I go back to the mall over there. I'm gonna go to that Dave & Buster's and see if they finally have that game. And if they have that game, I'm gonna be there every weekend to play that game.
Yep.
So I beat it.
Raw Thrills is actually going full bore, bringing out arcade classics. Not just those credit ones where you actually get prizes and stuff like that. They're doing full on arcade games, and they're doing that. Limited Run. I'm hearing that Limited Run right now is actually dabbling into arcade games. They're actually doing bringing games to the arcade. They're actually there's a game that's supposed to be coming out. It's supposed to be based off of I know I'm like going off the tangent, but other games like a side scrolling beat 'em up. I think it was based off of oh my goodness, what is it? What's the game based off of? It's a beat 'em up game based off of a movie of some sort. But they're actually bringing that to the arcade. I forgot what the game is called. I'll look it up. But they're bringing more. They're bringing out. It's live. It's real. But anyway, getting back into Resident Evil.
All right. So before we get into 4, we have to mention Resident Evil 0 because if you remember,
yes, we do.
This game, Resident Evil 0 originally was supposed to come out on the N64, and then it got canceled, and then they canceled it, and they decided to move it to the GameCube. It was exclusive to the GameCube for a while, then it got released to other systems. Though now, people said they didn't like this game because they didn't like the fact that you could put like weapons down and the switching to Billy and Rebecca. But this takes place. It obviously takes place before the events of the first game. You got to see how Rebecca ended up in the mansion.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
And you're on a train too, which is actually pretty
And you're on a train.
Yep.
The first boss you fought was a huge scorpion. Yep. And then later on you fought a huge centipede.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they were pretty much like bug enemies you fought in the game. But there you had zombies in there, so. But yeah, I mean, this game wasn't really a failure to a lot of people though. But it was an interesting time because you got to see what happened with the Bravo team. So.
True.
Because remember, the Bravo team was the first ones to go over there before S.T.A.R.S.
Yep, that's right. That's right. This is before S.T.A.R.S. There's actually another team. But I have a feeling they got set up. You know, when I was
absolutely. You already know they got set up.
Yeah, exactly.
They did.
As soon as
they
got into the situation, as soon as they
got set up.
Yeah, it's a setup. It's a setup.
Yeah.
It's a setup.
Yeah.
You know, because
it was a setup.
Come on. Because number one, why would they send this team into the heat of this, you know, just for a rescue when everybody was already dead?
Yeah.
Red flag. Because seriously, you got put onto this train. This train is moving at high speeds. No one's manning the goddamn thing, and then you have the fact that you have basically the dead on the train.
You had zombies on the train, and then all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, you see this scorpion, this huge scorpion on the train. I was like, what the fuck,
dude? I was like, what the flying F? Seriously? Come on, man. Listen, I would say, listen, here's my badge. I quit. You know.
Yeah.
Let me know how this works.
I'm not gonna fight a giant scorpion.
Let me know how this works out. I wasn't paid for this. I wasn't. You know. I'm
not paying enough to deal with this bullshit.
Yeah. This is above my pay grade. I'm here on a rescue mission. You know, not a seek and destroy mission. You know.
Right.
Believe it or not, these people weren't even trained for this. They weren't really trained for, you know, for combat and all that stuff. I mean,
especially Rebecca Chambers, she was a rookie.
She was a rookie.
She was the first aid.
They sent a rookie into this freaking thing. Why? Okay, you know, you want to talk about frustration to the nth power? You're sending a rookie into basically the danger zone for a rescue freaking mission.
And she had to trust Billy too.
Billy.
He was a prisoner.
Yes, which is kind of effed up, but still, you know.
Yeah.
So basically, she had to build survival skills while she was. You know. Yeah.
You know.
God, man.
You know.
Great, but you know what though? It was a good romp to actually kind of segue into Raccoon City, which was actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, well, it goes into Spencer. And then so yeah, that was that game. It was alright for what it was. So, but then we have to talk about the Game Boy Color. The Game Boy Color, they had a Resident Evil game. It was called Resident Evil Gaiden. In that game, you play as Barry, and Leon was in the game.
Oh, that's
right.
But
this is a non-canon game. So when you bump into the zombie, they put you in this first-person view, and you had to make sure you lined it right so you could shoot the zombie. You had to make sure your aiming had to be precise. So it was one of those games. But if you go on, it wasn't huge though. But I'll tell you what though, you go on eBay right now, and you look up for this game. Yeah, the prices are jacked up.
Okay.
For sure.
Hold on. I gotta show.
I
gotta show people that because.
Sure. Let people know because this is a rare game, and it's a non-canon game. If I forgot to mention that, it has Barry and Leon in it.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
$226?
Yeah.
Item and manual, 427.
Yo.
Complete.
Yeah.
$719.99.
Yo.
New. 1,053.03.
Okay. Stop.
Holy shit.
Yes. Show the screen.
I was lying. I wasn't looking it up.
Show the screen.
Yeah, hold on. Let me blow it all up. Let me maximize this nonsense.
Oh my sweet Jiminy Cricket, man. What?
Yeah.
What? Are you out of your mind?
Obviously they are. They have lost their mind.
That's a down payment to a mortgage.
Look at this madness.
Take a look at this chat. Take a look at this chat. Look at that.
Look at this graded price. 2003.
Is that even graded? Let me see.
Yeah, it's graded.
Graded, yeah, that's the graded price.
Graded price.
Oh God.
$2,000. No, literally almost
Over
$3,000.
$2,000.
Yeah, over $2,000. Ridiculous. Are you kidding me?
Look, just for the manual, $199.99.
No.
Oh my goodness. So you don't even get the game.
Are you nuts?
So you don't even get the game. You just get the manual. That's it. Oh, good Lord.
This is crazy. Look at these prices here.
It's like going to GameStop and everything. You see the game. You're like, oh, I like to trade in my games. He's like, oh yeah, well, basically the games you have right there, it's only $200. You need like another 1,800 and something bucks and everything to actually get this game.
You know, there are some angry dudes that traded that game in and it was pennied out.
Oh, yo.
At GameStop.
Yeah.
They got a penny back for it because they got pennied out.
And now look at
it can be over $2,000.
I know they must be kicking themselves in the ass for it.
Oh, I know
they must be so mad. They must be freaking.
Oh yeah.
They're tearing down the walls. Tearing down the walls. Why did I get rid of that game? Oh my God! Why?
Oh God! Yeah.
That's a mortgage
people
payment,
thought they were going to forget about this game. People they going to care about. Oh no, there's people out there that wants it.
Oh,
there's people out there that wants the game.
Dude,
yeah.
I'm not gonna give half my mortgage and everything just to freaking get
half
that game.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. No, are you kidding me? That's a down payment for a new car. Come on, Brown.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Oh man,
I'll get you a good lease.
Yeah. That's leased. Exactly, that's leasing. That's crazy.
You got more than enough down, man. You're good.
Bruh.
Jesus Christ.
Man. It's not even that great of a game. It's not even that great of a game.
No, it's not that great of a game either. But you know, it's a Resident Evil game, so people are going to, but people would not go as far as. Come on, that's like, are you kidding me?
That's ridiculous, bro. Oh
yeah.
Man. So, but getting back to the Resident Evil kick, some good games.
Yeah. Well, we were on the Resident Evil kick though, but I'll tell you what though, the next game we're definitely going to be talking about is by far one to consider some of the best Resident Evil games of all time.
Absolutely.
And that's Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4.
That came out on the GameCube.
That's another one that skyrocketed everything. Two.
Yeah. Fun fact. Resident Evil
4 was good.
Resident Evil 4 revolutionized the behind the character gameplay.
It
revolutionized it. That right there was the beginning. It was the beginning because that right there, off to the side, behind the shoulder, action game. That the controls were unmatched. It was perfect. You could actually be able to see. You have full view of the character itself, and also the feeling of dread because you don't know what's behind you. Which is actually the theft.
Oh, or even to the side because it's so tight.
Yeah, because it's the tight view, and the fact that you actually you're aiming, and also the fact that you can be able to shoot at the kneecaps of characters and actually use a melee, which is actually another technique.
Yep.
So those are things, and of course the shop owner, the famous shop owner,
What are you buying?
Hey, what are you buying? Let me see
I'll buy it at a high price.
Let me see your wares.
Yeah.
A handsome price, something like that.
Yeah, because a handsome price.
Yeah. Ah.
Yes, indeed. And of course, you got talk about
the back anytime.
And the chainsaw, man. We got to talk about that.
Oh,
Yeah, that dude. Dude, that fight was epic though because you're sitting right there and you're fighting for your life.
You was in the fight. That was in the remake though. In the remake 4, you was able to block it though, but in the original Resident Evil 4, no. If he took a swing at you, you were done.
You're dead.
And then there was and you know what's crazy? You want to know what's scarier? Fighting the Bella twins. The Bella twins that had the 2 chainsaws.
Oh my God! Oh.
You had to keep an eye on both of them because if any of them get in touch with you, you was done. You were finished.
You know what? See, things like that was what makes games so epic because it's timing, it's precision, it's your spatial awareness. Those right there are so important in that game to the T. And not only that, the fight or flight is real in that game. Because you literally have to run away sometimes and you have to pick off these guys because if you sit right there and try to go gung ho, you're practically done. You could die by yeah, you could die from villagers. Villager could actually literally kill you. If you don't,
the villagers are no joke. It's like I said, if the guy had the chainsaw and he got behind you, you was done. Or like I said about the Bell twins,
exactly. So it's that, and also the fact that when you get into small little spaces, like when you get into the small little houses, that's another element too, because you're like in these small spaces, so you're like trying to figure out, okay, what do I do?
Hope you can jump out the window, you know.
Yep, it's crazy, man. Oh, what
and what's crazy, you know, because Leon's in Spain looking for the president's daughter. He goes there, and you're dealing with the Lost Plagas. The Lost Plagas are the ones that are affecting these people.
Yes.
And what's crazy, if you go onto the top of, like, say you go on top of the houses, these people will set up a ladder and try to get your ass.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's right. They pursue you.
I remember that. I was like, yo.
Yeah, they pursue you.
But you can take the ladder down too if you want. But they'll find a way to get up there and try to get your ass.
Yep. Which is actually freaking amazing. I love.
Made the game even scarier too because they're faster too.
Yes.
They're not just zombies, dude.
They're not zombies.
They are not
the
stagnant.
The Lost Plagas are possessed.
They can run after you and throw shit at you.
They're possessed. That's what they are. They are possessed people.
Especially the partner thing when you're actually running into this area where you have to go up these little awnings and stuff like that, and you're actually up there, and they're all like literally in a row, all going climbing up and trying to get you.
Right,
you know?
we know.
And two different sides. It's not even the fact that they're actually going from one way. They're coming from the other direction also. It's like, yo, come on.
Yeah.
So you have to watch your ammo. You have to watch your ammo. You have to watch your spatial awareness. You have to keep on moving some certain parts. Come on.
That's why it's always best to conserve your ammo, and like whenever you try to shoot them in the knee and then just melee them, you'll get lucky, and then when you do your kick, you could probably knock their heads off.
And the part that frustrates me the most, also when you finally find the president's daughter, Ashley, you're holding her hand, and trying to escape, and you're running with her and stuff like that, and you're trying to, you're dipping and weaving and stuff like that. And you can't really do much. Come on, man. That part was frustrating too, because she's not able to do anything.
You had to protect her. Like there was a part where you had to send her up though, where she has to use she has to put the bridge down.
The bridge down, exactly.
And you had to make sure that none of these Illuminati guys come in and try to take her away.
Yes.
If they take her away, that's it.
That part was frustrating as hell.
Because not only you have to watch out for her on the top, but then you have guys coming after you as well. So you gotta take them out, and then you have to go protect her and make sure she doesn't get carried away.
Dude,
that was those were a great game, but that was some frustrating moments right there.
Indeed. And
then after when she's done, you had to make sure you had to go get her. So you drop down, you catch her, and then you go and you move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I told you before, claustrophobic parts, the parts where the certain rooms. Remember the part with all those rooms and stuff like that. You had to like open and shut these doors, and they're coming from both sides, and then you had to deal with these freaking these Illuminati guys are freaking. They're tough. They're freaking.
See, that forgets me
bro.
about that game.
I mean,
it's a claustrophobia.
They're not one-offs and everything. They're almost like bullet sponges and stuff like that. You know,
that's why I said the best way to take them out, you shoot them in the knee, and then when they bend down, then you hit them with your melee attack.
Yeah.
You know what's cool? No, what's cool? If you have a door behind you, if you have a wall behind you, you know what's the best thing that Leon could do? Is like if you're in a certain position, Leon can actually suplex the enemy right into a wall, and their head will pop like a balloon.
Oh, that's right.
When you smash their heads, you can smash their heads into the wall with the suplex.
The one shot wonders, the ones that we actually could be able to take out the zombies and everything with the suplex.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. And if they hit the wall, then their wall will get smashed.
By any means necessary. By any means necessary.
Sir.
Absolutely.
Wall smashing is so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So much fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Suplex.
But you know what? Yeah. But I'll tell you what's scary though. What's scary is that sometimes when you blow their heads off, they will have the Las Plagas insects come out of their heads.
Oh, okay.
God, yeah, I remember that. It was gross, dude.
That part
freaking gross as shit.
It pissed me off though because you thought they were dead, and then all of a sudden when they get up, do you see these things come out of the head and everything like this? And oh, come on, man!
It's not just little things that pop out of their head too. It's these big ass things that are coming out of their head.
Yeah, because it depends though. But they'll have like this whip that has like a sharp point at the end of it, was just whipping all over the place. Or sometimes they will have like some kind of like a spider coming out.
Oh,
the spider creeps me out the most. It's gross.
Yeah, the spider was gross. And sometimes they would have this worm. Now this worm, if you get close to it, that worm will bite your head off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like one time,
there's so many things that just one shot you, man. It's messed up.
I didn't pay attention.
You have to make sure like it's always good to carry flash grenades because one shot of the flash grenades will take the Las Plagas out.
Wow.
It will kill it.
That's crazy.
But yeah, those are frustrating. You were gonna say something?
No, I was gonna say. You know, all these people are watching everything. If you're enjoying the content that we have, and you actually have any experiences that you had in Resident Evil, I'd love to see it in the chat. Put down. Hey, you know, talk about your favorite moments. Talk about your favorite times, and especially because we were actually at Resident Evil 4. We haven't even gotten to Resident Evil 5 yet, and there's a few other things. You know, because we're gonna be brief, of course, because we're gonna go into. Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 6, and of course, you know, we can talk about the other games.
We're gonna go into Revelations.
Yep. We can talk about
Revelations 2.
Yep, Operation Raccoon City. It's a lot. It's a lot. But
we're gonna try to go through this as much as we can.
As much as we can.
We're gonna do our best.
Exactly, because basically there's a lot of Resident Evil, man. So but yeah, keep on going, Dawson. What you got?
Yeah. So also, the big bad in the game was Lord Sadler. And then here's the thing about this game. Not only you're trying to get out of the island, but you also found out they injected Ashley with some kind of like, they injected her with the Las Plagas, and they did the same thing with Leon as well. So
that's right.
You are in a rush.
Okay, so here's a fun little fact. People who played Resident Evil Requiem.
Right.
Okay?
Go ahead.
That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. Because if you pay attention, to everything, if you actually play Resident Evil 4, then you see the branch, you see exactly what's happening, and then all of a sudden you look at his hand. There you go.
Yeah. But they're saying that because like any of the survivors from Raccoon City is infected with that. But I won't get further details of it. But if you play it, you'll definitely understand what's going on. So, but then you meet and then of course Ada's back in this one, and then you meet this guy named Luis, who's like a villager, and he's trying to survive it. I mean, and then also you get to meet Leon's former partner, Krauser.
Oh, Krauser,
You
that's
know,
right. He
especially
shows up. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, they have like a cool night scene together at like towards the end of the game, and then also yeah, I have to mention this, and it holds dear to my heart. After you save that dog from when he got caught in the bear trap, what I liked about that part, after you save him, after you save that from getting from and you take the bear trap off of him and he runs away, and then when you fight that El Giante, the dog comes and he distracts him and starts distracting him, and then it gives you the opportunity to blow that El Gigante away,
Nice.
Good
which is
doggy.
cool.
Good dog.
Good doggy.
Yeah.
Good dog.
hmm Yeah.
That's why pets rule. That's why dogs
Yeah.
rule.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, I love them. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what though. I'll tell you. This was the biggest tease that they did with the remake, because I remember there was a screenshot somebody sent from the Resident Evil 4 remake. It looked like they showed like a dead dog getting blasted, and people were pissed because they thought that was going to be that dog that you saved from the bear trap. But they fooled us. They fooled us, and it wasn't the dog. It was not that same dog. It was another dog.
Wow.
So
You like the rage bait, dude. Rage bait sells.
yeah,
It's sad but
because
true.
they had us fooled.
Sad but true.
They had us fooled.
Mm-hmm.
They did have us fooled though. So I will say, Capcom, you did get me, because I was going to go on a rage bait.
Get you talking.
And I was going to kill them all. I wanted to kill every single one of those villagers. For real. I wanted to do it. I didn't care. Yeah, I'll kick their heads off. But I tell you what, though, Resident Evil 4, definitely one of the best games in the series so far. But you know what also freaked me out was those damn bugs in the sewer.
Oh,
the
yes.
invisible bugs.
Oh my god.
Those invisible bugs freaked me the hell out. I'm gonna tell you a story. What happened? I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Okay.
So I was playing a game at night. So I'm at the sewer part where, unfortunately, what's his name? Roman, you know, the little bastard captured Ashley, and then now you have to go down to the sewer area. And the sewer area, you hear something like shaking. You're like, what the hell is that? I was like, damn, what the hell is that? You know what? I better pull out my shotgun just in case. So I'm running around and said, no, let me try to run. I got to get out of here. I know something's up. And then when I stopped, I saw something like camouflage right in front of my face, like one of the bugs was about to scratch the hell out of me. And I hit the R. I triggered it. I pulled out my gun. I was like, boom, and I shot. I said, oh my god, boom, and I blew it away. And I paused the game, and I had almost a heart attack.
Wow.
I was like, oh my god. And I was playing that part in the dark. I was playing it in the dark. Yes.
Dude, playing games like that in the dark is like one of those things like where I'm like, oh,
I should have never done it, but I said, you know what? I want to do this. This might be fun. Not that part.
No way.
Not that part with those invisible insects. But luckily, when you get towards the end, those insects are not invisible anymore. But if you kill them, you can use them as jewelry, and you can sell them to the the shopkeeper.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You know, he's like, oh yeah, here's a piece of something. Here you go. Oh yeah, give me some money. What else gonna give me?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, those bugs freaked the fuck out of me in that game. Absolutely.
All right. Also, if you guys out there, if you players are out there, want like our content, why don't you go ahead hit that like and subscribe to our channel. You know, we're actually right now at 180 subscribers. We're trying
182. Wow, we're moving up.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Paul.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Keep on.
Every like we get scares away the plagas.
Keep on going. Keep on going.
I just want to add. Let me add something to it. To all you players out there, please, if you have something to say, please share something about your experience on Resident Evil, because I want to hear it. I just we're putting it out there. but we want to hear your stories. We're going to be looking at the chat, and we want to hear some of your stories
Exactly.
as well.
Yeah, give some.
No, it's not just us. It's also you guys.
Exactly.
Your stories beat the plagas, so we gotta know.
Yeah, your players.
The T virus or the Abyss virus, whatever.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about the plagas right now, so that's what I'm on.
Yeah.
You players out there are the ones that fuel our fire. So basically, the more you plug in, the more we actually fuel up, and the more we actually do. The more you give, the more we give. It's actually how it works. So come on in. Give you all. Tell me what you want. Tell me what your experience is in Resident Evil. What's your first jump scare? What's your first weapon? What was the first reaction to a certain boss
from the series?
Yeah, what was the first game that you actually played? I mean, number one, because a lot of players out there probably didn't start with the first Resident Evil. Maybe they started with Resident Evil Code Veronica. Or maybe they actually played.
Start with 4. Maybe they start with 4.
Start with 4.
That we're talking about right now.
Yeah,
I started late. I know that.
Yeah, or better yet, Resident Evil 5. You maybe started Resident Evil 5. It came out for the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3.
And PlayStation 3.
That was the first one I owned. I played the other Resident Evils, but they were at friends' houses.
Mm-hmm.
But 5 was definitely the first one I owned, and I got that as a birthday present from my sister.
Wow. Yeah, 5 was fun. That was fun.
When we get to that one, there's some funny stuff about that one too.
We're almost going to get into that one though, but we're almost done with But I'll tell you what, Sadler was we're definitely not going to rush though. But Sadler was one crazy son of a bitch though. He was especially his final form, man. His final form was like, oh. And of course you saw Ada. Also, another thing I want to mention though about it. We opened up the mini games. We had the mercenary mode in Resident Evil 4.
Oh yeah,
we also had the
mercenary mode. Yeah.
We also have the mercenary modes in Resident Evil 3 as well. So don't forget about that. We also had, and they brought it back here in 4 too as well. So those are fun.
Resident Evil 3 was the first one to actually introduce mercenaries. I believe it was.
That is correct. That is correct. Mm-hmm. They brought that back in 4, and what I liked about that one is that you can unlock characters. First, you start with Leon. You got to score the highest. You get to unlock Ada. You get to unlock Krauser.
Ada's
and then you get to unlock Wesker and unlock Hunk as well.
Ada. I would have to say this. Ada is God mode. Ada is God mode in the game because basically her freaking. Not even her melee attacks, it's basically her weapons and her long range also because she also has snipers as well.
Her fan kick. Let me tell you something. That fan kick, if you her melee attack, that fan kick of hers that she does, she can take out multiple enemies, and then she has a critical hit with that fan kick.
That's right.
Can knock their heads off. Mm-hmm. She can actually knock some of the enemies' heads off with that.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So. Definitely a lot of fun. Hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah, 4 is definitely a favorite in that series. Even though there's some parts that are annoying with Ashley, but once you get past that, it becomes good though. So, and if he wants to ask me the question, should I just play the original game or should I just play the remake? I consider you should play both of them.
Play both
because they're both good. They're both good.
Yep.
Because there's always going to be some differences as well with both the original and the remake. So consider give both of them a try though.
Absolutely.
And I do like I love the interactions of with Leon and Ashley in the remake too as well. I think they did a phenomenal job with that as well. They did a really good job with that.
See, that's the thing. I love the fact that they're actually having more conversations, deepen the lore and the relationships of the characters. That's what I like about remakes and remasters. I want more of that. Flesh out the story, flesh out the characters. Make them feel like, hey, they actually have a past. Because sometimes I hate when they just throw a character in there. Oh, okay, this guy is just super powerful and yada yada. Okay, that's all well and good. All right, How? What was his motivation? Who got him to that point? Do you know what broke him? What actually gave him the motivation? Who is he after? Why? You know, who's he trying to protect? Is he trying to protect himself, or is he trying to protect someone else? You know, there's a lot of this. Which is the reason why I like the God of War series. The God of War series really did flesh it out. You
Fantastic series.
Why? You know why he actually got that way.
Character development, baby.
Yeah, man.
That's what this is. It's very important.
Very, very important. So the fact that they actually do that in like remasters and remakes, A+ in my book. A+.
Absolutely.
But don't take away stuff. See, there's a caveat. Don't take away things. You know, if there's certain part of the story that is not really modernized, okay, you know what you do? You tweak it, not to the next extreme. Don't take it out completely. Just, you know, give it a little more context. Give it a little more.
Just put a disclaimer before the game, just like movies, and leave it alone.
Thank you. Exactly.
That's it.
Because I mean, they're doing that.
Assassin's Creed does it, and they still censor their shit. Why? Just you have that disclaimer. Put out whatever you want.
Because some people ignore the disclaimer because they can't read. You know.
Yeah, they skip right over it and then they get angry. I was like, well, they told you.
Hooked on Phonics. You know, that's what Hooked on Phonics is for. I mean, I don't even think that exists anymore.
You have something you could read on all day, and they don't use it for reading. They use it for stupid TikTok dances.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Don't get me started on TikTok, buddy. Do not get me started on that.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Okay. You know what? I have to go. It's not a tangent, but I'm just gonna go on to this. All right. Number one, there are tutorials all over YouTube for certain things. You can go to TikTok and you can go to YouTube. They actually have tutorials, full-on tutorials about how to do this, how this is done, this, that, and the other, how to fix this, that, and the other thing.
It's how I fix my car and house, dude.
Listen, use the information that comes to you. If you still don't understand, then maybe you just, it doesn't work for you. Maybe you just don't have the know-how. Come on, bro. But don't sit right there and just say, you can't do that.
It's like a car. You got to learn how to use the damn thing responsibly before you can go around willy-nilly.
Listen, there's gas, there's brake, there's clutch. If you actually doing speeds, there's a wheel. There's left signal, right signal. Had to honk the horn to actually get people's attention. And of course, learning how to signal. You have to make those negotiate turns. Hey, come on. These are simple things that you can learn how to do. And if you ignore those things, you are going to be idiots like some of these people out there today. Like, for instance, I was on the bus today. I thought I was actually going to go and get into an accident. You know what the car did? The bus was going forward. The car on the left-hand side literally turned in front of the freaking bus while it was in motion. While it was in motion.
Oh my God.
Made the freaking turn while the bus was in motion. What manual were you reading from? The Cracker Jack box? I mean, I'm pretty sure the Cracker Jack box.
I love some crackers.
He was on TikTok. He was looking at his TikTok.
Me too. Yeah, maybe they were looking at TikTok and everything. Maybe they used the TikTok instructions. Maybe it's one of those quick tutorials and everything, 30 seconds. Or maybe they were doing the Vine again. Maybe it was a Vine video. The resurrected.
It's really really scary out there. It really is though. But before yeah. But before do you have anything to say about Resident Evil 4?
No, we're good. Yeah, we move
about
on.
The remake. Okay, before we go into Resident Evil 5, I don't think I ever told you this story. So back in high school, I'm not going to talk about the newspaper article I wrote about Resident Evil 2. However, I do want to share this with my players. I want to share a story. So we always have these book reports that we had to do in 11th grade. Mm-hmm. So, and then we have to show the teacher what book we're gonna read.
Right.
So I showed my teacher that is it possible that I can read this book? And I still have these books to this day. I still have them. I said, teacher, can I read this book? And know what the teacher said? My English teacher said? My English teacher said, yes, I could read this book because it was fine. He probably didn't know what Resident Evil is though. So he looked at the book, he saw like two people, there's monsters. He thought maybe it was like a science fiction horror book. So he's like, okay. And dude, well, of course the horror. Of course it's gonna be horror. So he said, okay, it's fine. He said it doesn't say anything about video games or anything. So he said, fine. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to read this book because I already, during that time, I already played through Resident Evil 2. And I wanted to see what the differences were. There were some differences. But it made a lot of sense in a way.
Okay.
I mean, they did change some of the dialogues like that, especially the part where I shit you not, there was a quote here between that the exchange between Clara Redfield and Chief Irons when she found his laboratory, and they go back with that point. He said that everyone's gonna die. He said, bitch, you found my laboratory. You trying to frame me? He said, I'm gonna make you wish you never been born, you damn bitch. You know, like he was like going like out. I was like, damn, he really went out though. But then of course he got taken down just like in the game, and he got chopped up.
Nice. Like
the way S.T.A.R.S, the way she wrote that scene was pretty gruesome. Wow. So I was like, damn, it is as gruesome as it is, and way gruesome than it was in the game for sure. I was like, yeah, well, you deserve this. So what's funny is that when we had to get our book reports done on that day, I know we had to go up front of the class. We had to tell like what we read, and then when it's my turn to come up to read, okay, Johnny, you're next. Go tell us about the book you read and what's your book report. So I was like, okay, so I read Resident Evil City of the Dead. This one fucking crybaby asshole would say, oh, how come he gets to read about a book about a video game? And he was like. And it was like, first of all, it's a novel. Okay, yes, it's based off a game, but it's a novel. Okay, don't fucking cry just because you wasn't able to come up. Maybe if you would have asked Mr. Russell if you wanted to read a book about this, maybe he would have said yes. Ooh. You fucking crybaby bitch! Don't get mad at me just because I went up to Mr. Russell and asked him if I could read this book, and he was like, "Oh, how come Johnny gets to read a book report about a game based on a video game?" Shut up! Shut up, you fucking bitch pussy man! Why don't you go up and ask him?
Oh God!
For goodness sake! And also, and
he's just mad he didn't think of it first.
Exactly. I was like, maybe you should have asked him because I decided to ask him. I said, you know what? I took a risk. I said, let me see if he'll let me read this book. And because at first I thought he was going to say no, but he said yes.
Typical.
All right?
I think yeah, it was.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And then also my brother, he had to do a book report too. So, and I told my brother, hey bro, okay, I know you played through Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, okay? But I told him, please, at least read the book. At least read it, okay? So my brother, he did read it, and he also got a good grade. And I asked my brother, hey, listen, bro, did anybody complain about to the teacher saying that you're reading a book based off a video game? Did anybody complain about that? And he was like, oh, my brother was like, oh no, they didn't complain. They thought it was fine. My teacher was okay with it.
Nice.
And I was like, I told him, did you read the book? He said, yeah, I read the book though, but there were some pages that I already knew was going to happen, so I skipped it. I was like, you should have at least read the whole book though, but okay, fine, at least you read it.
I see what he did. I dig his style. That's how I get assignments done at school.
Yeah. So at least I tested him too. I said, did you read the part at the end where they changed it up and said, and after Jill was going to finish off because there was a choice in Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. You either could leave the Nemesis to die, or you could finish it off. Now I asked him, did she leave the Nemesis to die in the book, or did she finish them? And she said and he told me that she killed them all. She says, "You want stars? I'll give you stars. I'll give you stars, you piece of shit." And I was like, "Oh, okay. So you did read it. Okay, you did read that. Okay." Yeah, because in the game she said, "You want stars? I'll give you stars." But in the book, she says, "You want stars? I'll give you stars, you piece of shit." That's what she said in the book.
Nice.
So he did read it though. I mean, there's some parts you knew was gonna happen. So yeah. But I was like, okay, at least you read the book, because I don't want him they're like taking it and then he doesn't read anything. I want him to at least read something.
Dude, that was fun. It reminds me of a time that, I mean, they actually made us read a book called Fahrenheit 451, I think it was called, or it was like, it was a story about it was a post-apocalyptic. And and all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I mean, let me put it this way: the book was actually not. The book was like raw. The movie was tame. They actually made a movie out of that too. But the the book, wow! Come on, basically all books and reading was banned. Basically you weren't allowed to think. You weren't allowed to be a free thinker. You weren't allowed to do all that stuff. And Fahrenheit, basically, they actually burn. He's a part of that group that actually comes in those, and they come like firefighters, but they literally burn all that stuff. You can't have records, you can't have music, you can't do none of that stuff.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Can you imagine a future like that? Oh my God. But dude, that book had mad swearing in there. Guess what? We read every single F, every single S, and every single D in that book. Yeah, all the time. Shit, damn, and F. That's all. That was in the book, and we were allowed to read it because it was part of the literature. So what? So Resident Evil. That if you can say stuff like that, it's literature.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's literature.
Dude, it's an M-rated game though. Absolutely though, but yeah, before we're gonna go into Resident Evil 5, just in case people wants to know if there's any books, yeah, they have one based off the first game right here.
Of course.
That's one based off the first game, and then they also had an original story with Rebecca's story. All right, this is the second book.
Nice.
It's called Cabin Cove, and then the third book was based off Resident Evil 2. It's called City of the Dead. That's the one I read.
Nice.
So it made perfect sense. And then there was an original story called Resident Evil Underworld. Talks more about that, about the why Umbrella was doing all this, and it goes more into details. And then, of course, this is about Nemesis, the one my brother read.
Yep.
This was good. Then here's the Code Veronica one.
Nice.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, they should have a picture with Claire. I don't know why they went with that cover. I thought the cover could have been better. And then later on, they decided to bring out Resident Evil 0, which is called Zero Out. So this is based off. I thought the cover could have been better. I think the best covers is the Nemesis, the one for Resident Evil 1, and the Resident Evil 2 one. I think those were the best covers.
Cool, bro.
And
that's what's so cool.
So I think I share that to the players out there that they had some novelization books. I still have them to this day.
Indeed.
So.
But
wanted to show that off.
But since we're actually getting into like some of the more modern versions of Resident Evil.
Well, we got 5 though.
Yeah, 5 because 5
yeah,
basically.
We can get into 5.
Yeah, 5. Yeah. Now 5 was different. 5 was a very different type of game because number one, and you're trying to escape and stuff like that. This dude keeps on getting in there freaking wet. Why? Come on.
You want to know what's really funny? When you're laying down landmines and they pick them up.
Yo. Yeah,
that was really annoying.
Oh my God. Yo, dude, that happened to me.
The fact that you pick up a
you're fighting a spider.
The fact that you have to pick a herb and you want to make sure she saves it, and then she wastes it.
She uses it. Yeah, she used it.
Yes.
I'm like, dude,
I forgot about that. Sometimes she wastes your health.
And her health wasn't even that low.
Unreal.
And her health wasn't even that low. Her health was fine.
She is an absolute dullard.
Oh my.
A dullard.
God.
It's what a pain in the ass.
So I mean, so Resident Evil 5. It takes place in Africa. And there's actually an outbreak that actually happens there. I mean, I forgot what the outbreak was called. It was called. It wasn't a T virus. It was something else. It was called.
Well, you had the Los Plagas, but this is the same. It's the It's still the same thing. It's the Los Plagas, but it was more mutated. It was because it was the same thing. It had the same thing. It had the Westo because it was a Mygene. The Mygenes are from this is in Africa, and they were advancing the POVs.
Yep.
They were there. The biohazard what it is, and the Las Plagas was actually the same virus that they used to want to say, but it's more mutated, it's more advanced. That's what it is.
Yep. And it's crazy too because these villagers. Yo, they're just as aggressive as in Resident Evil 4. And it's worse.
They are.
And it's worse because you don't really have that much running room. Because you go into these freaking huts and and you're like blocking off freaking windows and all that junk and everything, and they're climbing through the windows and
Yeah. And what's crazy, they throw cocktails. They'll throw cocktails at
cocktails. Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, so they're like
Dude,
they're like almost like the mob.
What about that huge executioner guy that comes out?
Okay, you want to talk about frustration? Okay, number one, I hate the fact that the executioner can actually be able to bust through walls. Okay, which sucks.
Yeah.
Two. You have, but you're actually trapped because I remember one time in the thing when you're trying to get to the gate and stuff like that, and the gate's locked. You can't really go anywhere.
Yeah, you have to. And you have to take them out.
You have to take them out, and it's frustrating as hell. So you're sitting right there, and you're like trying to take this guy, and you have to use one of the characters to distract him, so that way you can be able to take him because you can't take him head on. You have to take him. You have to hit him from behind. You have to knock him out from behind, which pisses me off because your AI character can't do shit. Because I mean, it's basically you sit right there. You're like, dude, distract the guy, man. I'm trying to. What are you doing?
No, she'll just follow you like she's joined at the hip.
No.
Picking up your land.
I remember one time in the thing. I remember one time that she was actually just like literally running in circles like this, and I was like, what are you?
There's got to be some YouTube glitches somewhere of that. Hilarious.
Oh my god! Okay. Resident Evil 5 was like a frustrating game. Once you get past
it's a frustrating game. It's a frustrating game, but it's a fun co-op game when you have the right partner.
Absolutely.
But
when it's co-op,
I do want to mention though the virus is actually the Ouroboros. That's the name of it. That was the advanced Las Plagas they had in Resident Evil 5. It was the Ouroboros. That's what it was.
Oh, the Ouroboros.
It's the same mutation.
Yes.
It's the same thing. It's like the exact same thing. You blow their heads off, they're going to have that swinging spike thing at the end. They're going to have the worm, the spider, all that other crazy shit, and the other different mutations they have in the game.
By the way, shout out to Dorian. Dorian, welcome to the crew. Welcome to the show. Awesome, very awesome. He actually mentioned a couple of things. Number one, he actually says cool book covers because obviously those book covers were freaking amazing.
Who said that?
Dorian. Dorian said that.
Oh.
Yep. And,
yeah, they are.
Of course. Mm-hmm. And the second thing he actually mentioned, he said the worst was when their head mutated into the long bug thing. Yes, that's what you're talking about.
Everybody hates that.
Yeah.
Okay. Number one, I hate the mutations. The mutations make them worse, and they're frustrating. Mad frustrating. I'm like, come on, man. I mean, balls to balls.
You know what's worse though? I'll tell you what's worse though. When you get a little further into either Resident Evil 4 or 5, you find an army of those infected, those possessions because they're using weapons. They're using the stun rods. They're using, and then especially the big guys that are using the Gatling guns. You gotta make sure you shoot them in the head. You
Yes.
guys,
Oh my God. Yes. And they're long
you
range too.
got,
Come on, man. I
yeah,
hate that shit.
yeah. If you have a sniper, if you have the perfect sniper for those guys, you shoot them in the head a couple times and they'll be dead. You take them out,
Unbelievable.
and never get close to them either because they'll just knock you up. They'll just knock you out with their Gatling gun if you get close to them.
Exactly. So it's like, but the thing is that you can use your character and summon them too, because I mean, basically you have a prompt. You got a prompt. You can actually be able to say, "Oh yeah, come here," or you hit the switch or whatever. But the problem is that sometimes, just sometimes, well, I'll strike that. All the time, they actually decide to, wait, let me finish this first, and then I'll come to you. I'm like, I need you here now.
Exactly.
Kind of thing.
What are you doing?
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I will say this. I still think Sheva is hot though.
Yeah,
I think I would say bring her back, man. I mean,
she reminded me of Elena from Street Fighter.
Like Tony would say, would twice.
Or Smash.
Yes, or Smash.
Or you could say Smash.
You know, either one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
either one.
She reminds me of Elena from Street Fighter.
Oh God.
Yeah, except she doesn't have the white hair. You know?
Yeah, there's similarities where you can see it.
Okay, now
Capcom designs.
Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Let's talk about
Wesker?
what happened. No, not just Wesker. Let's talk about Claire. Let's talk about Claire Redfield and everything. What happened to her? With her freaking
what?
With her.
Well, she wasn't in 5 though.
No, I'm sorry, not Jill.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I'm talking about Jill.
She wasn't in 5.
Yeah, what they did to Jill.
Oh, what they did to Jill. Okay, Jill.
Okay,
okay. Gotcha.
now here's the thing. Number one, what color was Jill's hair in the first game?
Brown.
Oh yeah, the hair color switch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That kind of threw me off. What did they do? Bleach her hair and everything? They say, "Oh, you're no longer Jill. You're no longer Jill from the first game. We're giving you a complete makeup because you're a badass bitch and everything, and you are now basically under our control. So we are going to give you blonde hair. So we're gonna make."
She looked like Mina from Tekken.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she does.
Purple outfit, 1. That's a giveaway. 2, freaking, with the thing on her chest and everything, they actually put her under their control. 3,
yeah, that Iron Man thing.
Long blonde hair. It wasn't short. It was long blonde hair. So I'm saying I'm like, okay. So you want to give us a Tekken vibe? I get it. So I was wondering what happened. Did the artist change? I was thinking about it. Thinking in my head. Did they change the artist? Did they change the style of the character? I mean, she was badass though, because I mean, let's just put it this way. Basically, she was Wesker time. She was like Wesker, like Wesker, the female version of Wesker. Basically, that's how.
Yeah, almost. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because she kicked freaking Shiva's ass. She did.
Because there was a part where you had to pull that thing off of her, that jewel spider thing she had on her chest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
You had to pull that out.
Mm-hmm. So I was sitting back there. I was like, damn, she's badass. She's pure badass. But once they removed that piece and everything, she actually had no recollection of what the hell happened to her, which is actually which is weird, but it's true. So. I don't know. I mean, I think that Jill Valentine and everything was still an integral part of the story. My question is that how and when did it actually happen? I think.
Well, did you see did you play the DLC, the Lost in Nightmares, where you play as Chris and Jill?
No, that
you
one.
go to the spectrum.
That one I missed. That one I skipped. I skipped that.
Oh, dude! You should play the DLC because that explains that.
Okay.
And then you get to the West. Yeah, but I have that though because I remember like they had DLC for it, and if you get the Xbox One version of Resident Evil 5, it includes the DLC, and plus they had the DLC where Jill is out of control and she's working with Josh.
Oh,
like towards the end.
Interesting.
Oh, see, you missed those. You gotta play those.
Yeah, I had to play those.
Gotta play those.
I completely missed those. Dorian said Resident Evil 5 had the best mercenaries mode as well. Co-op, baby.
Yes. The Mercenaries mode, because they had a Mercenaries reunion mode where they added Barry and they added Rebecca.
That was
So
cool.
and then
That's cool. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, the mercenary mode in that game was like the best one. I will agree with Dorian on that one for sure.
Man, oh man, what an amazing time. So
Yeah.
Resident Evil 5, the story was pretty decent. I like the fact that
It was good. It wasn't the best though, but I did like the fact they brought Wesker. You got to see how badass he is.
Oh, he was.
Dude.
Bruh. He was, let me
tell you. Chris was just getting his ass kicked throughout the end of the game, especially with that ship. I was like, dude. I mean, listen, Chris has guts, man, but I just hate seeing him get his ass kicked like all over the place, man.
He was taking some beatings, dude.
Yeah, dude,
I don't know how he does it, but
Wesker dog walked freaking Chris and everything every chance he actually got. That's basically what it was. It was just pure, unadulterated, one-sided kick ass.
Yeah, it was just like.
But Chris was confident though. Chris was always confident. He's like, listen, you know
what?
I know you. Up. Yeah, he's like, I know you. I actually, we were partners. So that's pretty much how it was. So every single time Chris meets Wesker and everything, it's basically like, okay, you know what? This time I'm gonna try to kick your ass. I'm gonna do everything I can. If I have to, I don't know, use every last breath of my body to kick your ass. I will try to kick your ass. But
I'm gonna at least try to get a hit on you or something. Yeah.
I think but Chris got a hit off of him, but it was a.
He did.
Yeah, but it was a all for naught kind
of. It wasn't. But I will say though, I mean, I'll tell you what made Chris a badass, especially at the end when you got the volcano, dude. Chris is punching a boulder. He's punching a freaking boulder, and he's able to move that. He's like.
Okay. Personally, I mean. You may agree or disagree, but almost the point of disbelief and everything actually reached with Chris, because Chris almost became superhuman in a sense because of how he'd be able to do certain things. Okay?
Yeah.
So, but there's a theory. The theory that I have, especially for Chris, is that Chris actually had a little bit of the T-virus in him. At least.
He's got some Captain America type shit going on.
Because there's no.
Look at his guns too, how they changed. Look how big his arms got throughout the years.
Dude, but let me tell you something, because if you remember, Resident Evil Requiem. Remember we were talking about when Leon was affected because he got out of the. Because he survived and everybody had that black thing on his virus. But remember, all the people that survived the Raccoon City incident. Pretty much people are affected by it. Sherry's in Resident Evil Requiem because it's not a spoiler. They showed in the trailer,
right.
And they show that she has the same thing that Leon has. Mm-hmm. So there has to be something that happened with Chris as well. Because I guarantee you, there's definitely going to be DLC for Requiem. So maybe we'll get a little bit more about Chris as well. But yeah, the fact that he's able to do that, I was like, yeah. No, there was no normal human being that can do something like that he just did.
Yeah, I mean that's the kind of thing that I actually always have to question. You always have to question everything, especially when it comes to after the story, because I remember, I think it was actually was it the first game? No, it was the second game. When you actually think about like certain characters like Leon, how he came from where he was to where he is now, and he's like a badass. He's a badass
government agent.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. And and same thing with certain other characters like Jill. The skills that she gained and all that stuff, basically from being captured and all that stuff. Now she's like almost like an assassin in a sense, dude.
Right.
It's like okay. You guys and everything, zombies are now light work for you. That's pretty much what it is. Zombies are light work. Zombies are like freaking, just like stepping on ants.
They're so used to them. They got their experiences up. They've leveled up too much for the zombies.
Yeah, they're too advanced with them right now. They're already too advanced.
And that's
because if you seen that movie, if you've seen that movie, one of the Resident Evil CGI movies, I forgot the name of it. I have to look it up. If you see that scene where Chris and Leon are together and they're in the building together and they're fighting these zombies like with they're doing kung fu on these zombies. I mean, it is a badass scene. It's Leon and Chris. They're fighting together and they're taking out these zombies. Like Leon's doing John Wick on these freaking zombies, and Chris is going all Punisher on them.
Yes.
You know,
it's nuts because
I'll look up what movie it is. It's one of the CGI movies. But go ahead, keep talking. I'll look it up.
But the skill level is like ridiculous on some of these characters now. So when you're playing as them, you know, like remember when they were like rookies and they're like, you know, they're like, you know, they were lost, and now because of how the years went, they're like almost like superhuman in a sense because
it's called Resident Evil
character development I was talking
Vendetta.
about.
Oh, Vendetta. Yes, I remember that. Resident Evil
Vendetta.
Vendetta.
I saw it in the theaters too. I see that in the theaters. Resident Evil Vendetta. It was only for one night.
Yeah,
should have been a weekend.
It's pretty cool.
It was a fun film.
I mean, it was cool. It was cool.
It was a fun film.
Because it showed their developments. You know, from there, and also the fact that there's certain scenes also, which is kind of controversial. You know, especially what happened to freaking, and I think Jill's out. Jill Valentine shows up in the movie also. I think.
No, Rebecca was in the film.
I'm sorry, Rebecca. Rebecca was in the film.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so
the last film, the last CGI film was called Dead Island. It was like an all-star cast. They had Chris, they had Leon, they had Jill, they had Rebecca. They had Claire, like in this island, there was something going on this island where they're inviting people, and then you got to find, and then they found out exactly who was in charge and what experience is going on. So, I mean, it was a controversial thing because Japan was doing something called Island. I won't go further into that, but you guys already know.
Oh yeah, we know.
What we're leading up to.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
What an amazing series though, because I mean now, we went to Resident Evil 5. We were talking about Vendetta. We talked about
CGI movies. There was all these other CGI movies they came out with. The first one was Degeneration. There was Damnation, and they had a series called Infinite Darkness. I'm not talking about the shitty Resident Evil live action series, not that one. There was a CG. Yeah, not that one. I'm talking about the CGI one. It's called Infinite Darkness, and that was all right for what it was. You know, it was okay. So, but we talked about 5. Listen, I thought 5 was enjoyable. They have so much great content in the game. You know, especially with the mercenaries, especially the mercenaries reunion, where they added more characters to it. So it's a game I could definitely go back and play again.
Now,
so,
but you know, because I mean, right now we're actually we're getting to the.
Oh man, I don't know if we'll get
Yeah, I mean, but we're gonna do what you call the quick hits. Resident Evil 6, a forgettable game. Resident Evil 6, forgettable game, more action oriented, not the horror aspect is completely gone. And you know, and the protagonist actually didn't even make any sense at all. It looked like it was thrown together. You know, and it was, and I felt like they really should have just kind of put that into the back burner, and maybe Resident Evil 7 would have actually been more of a nice little filler, because Resident Evil 7 should have been the Resident Evil 6, because
they focused more on the horror, and they get introduced a new character, Ethan.
Boy, did they! So. They did some psychological shit in that in 7.
Yeah.
Listen. Okay, number 1, putting you into a first-person perspective throughout the whole entire game. You had no choice. You could not go into third person at all.
You can't go to third person
view.
Just
tunnel vision.
And it was the beginning of the Resident Evil engine, which is actually what made everything look
the RE engine.
What looks so freaking realistic. It's almost scary as F, because you actually go on the outside of the gates and all that stuff, and you finally get in, and you're like, do I really want to? You know, going through the kitchen, everything's dark, everything's enclosed, the corridors are claustrophobic. You know, and you just don't know what's gonna hit. You know what's gonna you know, and you hear doors opening and closing. Oh, yo, okay, and headphones. When you're using your headset, okay, you have to have nerves of steel and just kind of know what to expect, because sometimes, like, there's times, like, literally when I was playing Resident Evil 7, I had to be in my right mind. I really literally had to be in my right mind, because you would hear sounds like and it felt like you were there. And I mean, the atmosphere was so dark and so dismal and just so, you had to breathe. Literally, you had to sit right there and you had to. Yes, first person was to focus your paranoia with all the sounds and freak. Yeah, Dorian mentioned that.
You know what's also you overlook with the first person mode? You can see things up close.
Yes,
it can be right in your face.
And interactive.
A whole different experience in a third person game.
There's things that's just so gross.
It's messed up.
There's things that were so gross and just so grotesque. Like the part when you actually when you go to the pot and everything, and you open the freaking pot and it was like a smell, like a putrid smell out of it and stuff like that. Things were
and you can see it right. It's like it's this close to your face.
Oh,
you can see it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was gross. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the part when you go down to the basement, and everything, and it's like half flooded, and then you actually go into, you finally get to the part in the thing where. Oh God, I forgot her name. I forgot her name. She's actually your I think your wife was actually on.
Well, well, that's Ethan's wife. Yeah, and then she goes berserk, and she has like a chainsaw, like a drill, and like cuts your hand.
Yo, that part right there. Okay.
She went possessed.
Let's talk about it. No, let's talk about it. Look, we got to talk before we get off the air. We got to talk about that, man. Okay.
All right, we gotta move some other games too, but go ahead.
The psychological part about that. Number one, you love your wife, you trust her, right? And the fact that you don't know what's going on with her until it's too late, because the fact that she's been there, the fact that she's pretty much already, everything that was happening with the psychotic part of the whole entire household. I mean, just the whole entire family, and the fact that
it was Mia. His wife was Mia.
Right.
Mia went nuts.
Right. She actually was doing the same things that they were, But
she was crazy.
So, but I even actually played the tapes. Like there's actually a tape.
Right.
The tapes that actually shows the events that actually happened beforehand. Why it was happening. Number one, do not pick up strange girls that that you don't know. Oh, we want to be helpful. We want to be helpful. We just want to help her out. Where did she come from? She came out of nowhere. When you brought her in there, everybody started becoming.
And now you're all affected. You got the mold in you.
Yes. Now everybody's affected. In you. Yeah, the mold's in you. Everybody's got the mold now. And it's effed up, because you're starting to see all these things happen. It's psychotic. And you see the guy, you see him like dragging his son into the freaking door and everything, shutting it. Oh, I mean, just wow. Yeah. The whole time.
And I'm sorry. That whole scene kind of revolved with where Ethan was tied up with the family. That reminds me so much like the Texas. It reminds me of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That scene right there.
Or Wrong Turn. That's
Bro, it was very Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The whole game felt like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, you just want to get the hell out of there.
Capcom, man, you went 11 on this one, man. You went 11.
Before we go on to 8, though, I need to mention Resident Evil Revelations and Revelations 2.
Okay.
Resident Evil Revelations, I thought was a great game, because it first starts off with Jill in a mission, though, because she had to go on a cruise because something was going on. Because this is also a scary aspect. You're on a cruise and there's something called like an ooze virus, and there's these ooze monsters all over the place. Remember, you're on a huge cruise, and everywhere you'll find like there's different monsters in like place to place, and you're searching, and you have to scan them too. You also got to scan this. You have to scan it as well, and just imagine that. And then Chris, on the other hand, is in Antarctica with Jessica, and almost throughout the whole game, Jessica is trying to hit on Chris all this time. She's trying to hit, and then you find out she's a freaking double agent, because she wants, yeah, and you find out she turns as a double agent though.
Listen, what's that? But that you know how effed up that was. But I think Chris was kind of picking up on that though. Come on.
He did.
Yeah, because I mean the thing of the matter is, and I think she was hitting on him hard.
She wanted to grab his dick all throughout almost the whole game. Dude, let me tell you something. There was a part where there's like an explosion that happened. You know what she did? She just threw herself right into Chris.
She jumped right on him.
Jumped right on him.
Yes.
And then when everything was okay, he says, all right, now let's get back to the mission. And like pushes her away. Okay, now let's get back to the mission. Like come on. I'm not gonna give you what you want, girl. Come on. I'm not that easy.
It was awesome. Number one, Chris was so composed, dude. Man,
yeah.
See, he knew. He's like, listen, man. Shoot, I can have you anytime, but nah.
I'm not gonna make myself easy for you, sweetheart.
I'm good.
I don't care how hot you are.
Yeah. I'm good.
But I did like it though, even though you found out that she was a double agent, and then you found out like at the end of the game after you finish it, you saw she was meeting up with some other agents that was involved, and then what I liked about that at the end of the game is that you got to find out about Norman was the one involved with the whole ooze thing, because you actually went deep into like there's like another ship, but it was sunken.
Yep.
So Chris and Jill, you actually like was swimming down, like you were swimming and you was going down to the sunken ship, and you found out that Norman was there all this time, and then you had to get like the samples, you had to get all the evidence back. Wow. And then you had to fight him at the end of the game though. It was in a sunken ship.
Damn.
And this crazy bastard was staying there all this time, thinking nobody was gonna find him. And then after you found him, he turned into this humongous, monstrous, like almost tyrant lookalike. That's why Revelation is one of my favorite games too, because I love the fact that they reunite Chris and Jill together.
Yes,
just
exactly.
like it was in the original.
Brother and sister, which is actually awesome.
Exactly.
The way it was meant to be. And
exactly.
And it was the blonde. It was the blonde-haired one though. It's the blonde-haired Jill. No,
it was the brown. It was the brown-haired Jill.
Oh, that's all. Sorry. Yes, it was the brown-haired. Sorry, brown-haired, short hair. Yeah.
It was the brown-haired Jill. Yeah.
But you know what? But the thing is though, which is kind of frustrating. I can't call it frustrating. Where the storyline bridges off and everything, because you remember
it takes place before Resident Evil 5.
Oh, that's why.
It takes place around the time of between Resident Evil 4 and 5.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's why Jill wasn't a blonde yet.
Yeah. Well,
so, and then I'm gonna go through Revelations 2. Revelations 2. This takes place. There's actually two stories. There's one with Claire teaming up with Barry's daughter. Okay. And there was a virus that was going around. I think it was I forgot exactly what the location was, but it was I guess somewhere like in a prison that she was there, because she was looking to find out what was going on. She was with a team of people, and they were turning like into these ridiculous possessed monsters. And and then Barry was teaming up with this girl who had sort of like psychics, like she could see like invisible monsters and shit. Like, so Barry ended up finding this girl, and then you have to go through the city, and Barry's actually looking for her daughter as well. So yeah, there was like two stories going on in Revelations 2.
Wow. Pretty cool though, man. Let me see. Resident Evil. So this is Revelations 2, right? Revelations.
That's Revelations 2. Yes.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. I had to mention those games though because I like Revelations 1 a lot.
Nice.
And that was it first came out on the 3DS, but I played the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One version, and the same thing with Revelations 2. So yeah.
Yeah. So let's get into the nitty gritty. Village. Yeah, Village. Now.
Yeah. Let's get to Village.
Village was popular for let's just say some very big reasons.
Oh, of course.
For a very big reasons.
Don't shy away. Just say it. Man.
Okay, fine. The listen.
You talking about Lady Dimitrescu?
Oh yeah, she can sit on my face anytime. Okay, she is a big freaking woman, tall, like
She's
almost
like
8
feet
feet,
tall. Girl
like
from
8
Futurama.
like 8 feet, like 8 feet tall or something like that. She was like ridiculously tall, and her two daughters, were vampires, ridiculously freaking powerful vampires. And of course, you had the Lycans, which is actually an outside group, well, actually they're an outside group, but they're actually kind of working together in a sense, which is actually weird. Yeah, okay. Dude, I mean, let's just put it to you this way.
Before you go any further, I do want to say that in Revelations 2, the main villain was Alex Wesker, which is Albert Wesker's sister. I forgot to mention that.
Interesting.
Yes, Albert Wesker had a sister. Yes.
See,
she's a freaking psychopath.
Well, just like the brother.
Yeah.
Come on. Listen, man, they're siblings. They cut from the same cloth, man. They're like the same DNA.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Yeah, and she was developing something called the T phobios virus.
Yes, phobios.
So phobios, yeah. The T phobios virus. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
She looks like Drago's wife.
Yeah, she does, doesn't she? Yeah. You looked it up, didn't you? You looked it up, right?
Yeah. And we got a picture of it. I was like, yo, that's Drago's wife, dude.
Yeah. Bridget Nelson. She got the Bridget Nelson look.
Yo, she looks good for her. She looks. I mean.
Yeah, but dude,
yes.
but she doesn't. But dude, she don't look like that anymore. She looks real old and freaky. Like you see her final form. Oh my God. He's not like that anymore.
Flavor Flav. Okay, sorry.
Oh boy. I'll tell you what. Let me tell you something. The reason why Resident Evil Village, and you can call me crazy if you want, the reason why Resident Evil Village at the time was so popular is because of her.
Yep.
It's because of the huge, tall, Everybody was simping. Everybody was simping to that 9-foot woman. I was like, oh boy, you guys want to get stepped on, or you guys are weak. I tell you.
Okay, so I'm sorry, but you know what? Guilty.
I don't want no woman stepping.
Oh my gosh, man! Holy cow! The way that
let me tell you something, okay? I did went out with a tall woman before though. She was like, because I'm 5'10" and she was like 6'1" or 6'2".
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I don't care, But dude, I don't care how tall you are. I'm not gonna let no woman step on me. That's insane. Okay. I don't know. Guys have fetishes with that. I don't get it.
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh, what's it say? 100% her huge personalities. Dorian.
Oh yeah. Of course. That's right, Dorian. Yeah.
Yeah, they're they're well rounded.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Indeed.
Very well rounded. Yes, sir.
Very well rounded. Indeed.
But I'll tell you what. You don't want to see her final form. Her final form was like.
Oh God, yeah. What was that thing? It's like, what was that thing? It was like a huge beast with the freaking long ass tail and all that. Oh, bruh, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Before her final form,
I'm looking it up.
Before her, no, yeah. Well, you know what? If you want to deflate yourself and everything, watch it. Yeah. You want to deflate yourself.
What I mean?
Yeah.
I told you, Tony.
What's wrong with that thing's mouth? Ew.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even want to know. I'll tell you one thing that freaked me out about Resident Evil Village though. We did mention that you play as Ethan again.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, here's the thing. The part that really freaked me out in Resident Evil Village though, I'm glad third person view. I'm glad you can switch to third person and first person view because I was waiting for the gold edition, which I have. And the part that freaked me out, you was in this house, and and then there's this baby monster that's trying to like catch you, and it's screaming and it's crying, and if it gets a hold of you, it will eat you alive. That baby monster freaked me the fuck out.
Okay, let me tell you something about that baby that really pisses me off. Number one, it's a baby. Number two, it's a big ass fucking baby.
Yeah,
Three,
and it cries and yells.
and the cries. Number one, that's the thing. When you actually hear the cries, it's almost like it's too late. Because I actually, because Johnny called me out in a thing where he's like, "Oh, you didn't play the DLC? Okay, it's fine. I played the DLC. Okay, so and I was saying to myself, I was like, oh, that can't be that bad. Come on, man.
Dude,
You want to talk about fueling nightmares? I thought it was bad enough. I thought it was bad enough in the thing when you actually fought against a baby in the freaking what's that game called again?
Carnival?
Yeah, the Carnival. Yes, in Carnival. But now you have to deal with a crawling baby in an enclosed space, running for your life, hoping against hope that you do not get grabbed and swallowed by a big ass effing baby, using you as a freaking baby rattle, and decides to put you in like a pacifier. I don't think it's something that you really want to deal with, especially in a game like that. Why? Why would they put something like that in there?
I don't know what Capcom was thinking, but I'll tell you what, when I finally got that elevator working, I ran in there as fast as I could, and then I closed that sucker door, and you see that baby trying to like right in front of the elevator while the door was closed. And I said,
yes, dude. Oh my god!
I was freaking out. And I'll tell you what, that part where he finally gets the elevator working, and then the baby crawls out, and then you run out, and he's like, he starts screaming. He has like a gasp, and then he runs out, which is hilarious. I said, dude, I don't blame him. I do the same shit.
Oh my gosh, man! Wow, man. I mean, come on, But you know what? See, games like that with small corridors and all that stuff, and having creatures kind of going around the corner and actually literally taking up the whole entire hallway. It's hard. It's not my cup of tea, man. I hate I hate games like that. I really do.
Yeah, I just cannot believe that throughout the years of playing Resident Evil, we would see something like that. I never thought we would see anything like that.
A baby that will swallow you whole.
Yeah, that's the baby's mouth. If that catches you, you're done.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. No can.
It's creepy, man.
No can do.
Yeah, it is. It's even creepier when you play the game too.
Yeah.
Look at the size of it, dude. If it stood up, that thing would be like 15 feet tall.
But look how grotesque it looks. Look at it.
Yeah.
Its shoulders fill the hallway. Its shoulders and head are as wide as the hallway.
But you know what's funny too? That thing moves fast. It's not even slow.
Creepy.
It's not even slow. It crawls fast.
You gotta run.
Right, I gotta get that
on.
You have to
run fast.
Oh my God.
You have to run as fast as you can. Otherwise, you do not want that thing catching you.
Yep. Don't slow down. Don't hit walls. Make sure that you get around corners, because if you actually get stuck somewhere and it catches up to you,
you're going to get got.
You're going to get got. Yes, right. You're going to be like, and you know what? And you're going to become the tasty treat.
Make sure you know where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. So Resident Evil 8. I think it was Resident Evil 8 right now.
That was Resident Evil. That was Resident Evil 8.
Yep.
And then also you did play Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, right? You did show me the whatchamacallit.
Yes.
The regular copy, but actually I still have the game though, but I actually got the special edition.
Nice.
And it comes with a Yeah, and it comes with a nice steel book. It comes with a nice steel
Oh,
book.
okay, that's
I
hot.
still have it.
That's hot.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Very
yeah.
nice.
But
Very,
yeah,
very
no,
nice.
this game was actually fun. This is a very fun. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but this is a really fun multiplayer game. You know, when you play with friends, when you get like a four-player group and you go through all these, because I actually was fortunate to to find three people, and we went through this game together, and we were having a blast. We knocked out all the achievements, we tried the DLCs and all that good stuff. This is actually a fun game if you have a good dedicated team. If you have that good dedicated team, it's a fun game.
Indeed.
So I had to give a mention to that game as well. And also, since we do, S.T.A.R.S, Tony, we all love arcade on rail shooters. Well, I have to show these. I have to show this to the crowd, to our great play, all the players out there. If you have a Wii, look up for Resident Evil, the Umbrella Chronicles,
Nice.
which tells about this. It tells you about the stories of Resident Evil 0, 1, 3, and also has Hunk's story. And then there's the Dark Side Chronicles that talks about Resident Evil 2 and the Code Veronica story.
Nice.
And it's a rail shooter game. You know, but it's fun to play. And plus, they also have an exclusive story with an exclusive stage and a story, I should say, with Leon and Krauser when they worked together when they were down South America for a mission.
Nice.
Because they were looking for a virus there. So you get to learn about Krauser and Leon's relationship, their story together,
That's
before
awesome.
they became enemies in 4. So because they call each other partners, so I was like, oh, we didn't know they were, but now the Dark Side Chronicles explains that. So
yeah, so
I had to mention these games.
Indeed. So the Dorian had a couple of little posts that he actually put up.
I want to hear them.
He said he loved that scene where it's going WWE on zombies. Chris was going WWE on zombies. There was a scene.
Oh yeah.
I remember that. When he's suplexing and freaking doing back up. Oh man. On all these zombies. It's just freaking amazing. Let's see. He also mentions. Let me see. Loves the scene when Leon got saved by an A-10 Warhog. I remember that scene too. Freaking amazing. Let me see. What else did he say? First person was to focus your paranoia with all this. I think we were talking about Resident Evil 7 at the time. Yes. My paranoia really was at an 11 that night. I mean, I don't know what it was. But every single sound that I was hearing, literally, made me want to turn my head.
I know, yeah, and it makes you think. It makes you say, "Oh, what was that? What the hell was that?"
It was so psychological. It was just, oh god, man.
Yeah.
Let me see. He also mentions, let's see, the nasty stuff. Okay, he's probably talking about when Resident Evil, you have the what do you call it?
The bug heads.
Yeah, bug heads. Yeah, exactly. And then,
dirty bug heads.
Exactly. And then you have let's see. Was smart. Makes your protective instinct against you by using her as a villain. Oh, you're talking about Lady Damascus, right? I think it was talking about
Lady Damascus. I think that's what he was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh wait. No. I think the Resident Evil 7 actually, because she was talking about.
Well, 7 you're talking about the Baker.
Yeah, with you. Yeah, talking about basically your wife being the villain because.
Right. Mia. Yeah.
You really had to try to sedate, not sedate her, but to put her down without killing her. That's the thing.
Yes. And because if you kill her, then that would be game over.
That would be game over. So that's what's so frustrating about it. Also, the fact that you could actually get your hand and you could be able to use the what do you call it, the brew, because you can actually make a mixture and you can actually seal your hand back onto your hand, back onto your on your wrist, so you can pick up your hand and literally put it back on your wrist and actually pour the liquid on it, so you can actually adhere it back.
Yes.
And, but the thing is that you have to look for it, because you can actually go throughout the rest of the game without your freaking hand if you didn't look for it. I found that because there's like certain endings or something like that. you can actually finish the game without your freaking hand.
That's crazy.
You know?
I never thought about that.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, you're supposed to look for your hand. I didn't know that. And then because I actually saw a video, and it's like,
Wow.
oh, wait, you can find your hand. You look for your hand, you sit it on the ground, you pick it up, and you can be able to put your hand back, which is kind of freaky. You know, but come on, the fact but the fact that your wife is actually wielding a chainsaw, that just blows my mind. Anyway,
Yeah.
let me see. It's also, you notice that also there's something about Resident Evil games, especially after 4, that they're obsessed with chainsaws. Okay.
I noticed that. Well, they did the same thing with 5. I mean, in Resident Evil 5, you have the miners attacking with chainsaws.
Chainsaws.
So.
Yeah, chainsaws.
Yeah.
Chainsaws. So anyway.
And finally, and then the last game we're going to be our last game, because we're going to be wrapping it up soon. In Resident Evil Requiem, finally you get to pick up a chainsaw and use it against them.
That's right. You can actually use a freaking chainsaw finally. Oh man, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, no spoilers, of course, no spoilers. But you know,
yeah,
it's one of those
we can't. I don't want to go through it though. But they also had some online games as well. But we're not going to go deep into them. They had Umbrella Corps. That's the game that came out on PlayStation 4. That was a disaster. Totally disastrous game. And then if you bought the Resident Evil Village, the Gold Edition, it came with a game called Resident Evil Reverses. And that game, that game, I know, I'm not going to go deep into it. It was a multiplayer game, and the game didn't even last. You can't even play the game anymore. The whole system shut down. It's done. But I'll tell you what, there's one game that's still around, I believe. It's still online. It's called Resident Evil Resistance. And that game doesn't even track that game came along with the Resident Evil 3 remake. And I said to myself, I don't want a fucking the useless multiplayer game that nobody's going to play. Why wasn't there a Mercenaries mode in Resident Evil 3 remake? The original Resident Evil 3 had the Mercenaries mode. Why was it not there in Resident Evil 3 remake? That's what I'm frustrated about. I'd rather have that than this Resistance game. I didn't want to play this Resistance game. It didn't catch my attention.
Dude, number one, there was enough games out there that was like 4v1. There's enough games out there that was 4v1. You don't need any more. Number one, the game that Dead by Daylight. That game right there is it's basically the 4v1 peaked. That's pretty much what it is. Which is the reason why Friday the 13th didn't last that long. This is the reason why other games like Killer Clowns
from Outer Space.
Yeah,
yes.
that was a travesty because I love that campy style and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course, dude. They should have done like a campaign game for that game or something, or have like a co-op game.
They
would have been fun.
This is what I'm saying. They're banking off of stupid shit, which doesn't make any sense. You know, cash cows. Oh, we're gonna make lots of money, dude. It's the market. The market is flooded, man. The market is flooded. It's saturated.
It's frustrating. It's really frustrating.
Which is the reason why Resident Evil that game that right there that Resident Evil game. See,
there was Reverses and there was Umbrella Corps and the Resistance still online though. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be shutting down soon, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Don't be surprised.
Exactly. It's just trash. It's pure trash.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And then you had this Resident Evil mobile game called Survival Unit. I didn't even bother with that.
Yeah. Well,
so
it's mobile. It's a mobile game.
But that's I think that's it. I couldn't believe we were able to cover all these Resident Evil games. So it took us a while, but we got through it.
Dude, let's just put it this way. Resident Evil has a huge influence.
Big history.
And yeah, exactly. Basically, Resident Evil started that horror franchise thing because a lot of games out there didn't really focus too heavily on horror, but Resident Evil peaked it, and it actually brought it into a new genre of this the feeling of dread, the feeling of like less ammo, the feeling of being able to equipment management, but management of your supplies. Because remember, there's slots, and all the slots are limited. So you literally have to figure out, okay, well, the gun is taking 2 slots. This is taking 3 slots. What?
Yeah, you have to take which one you're going to take with you.
Yep.
What you need, that's important. That
And you have to make sure that it can all fit, because not everything will be able to fit. Like for instance,
you have a limit.
The shotgun takes up 4 slots. You're like, damn it! I need the shotgun. Oh, what do I do? You're gonna bring this down here. You're gonna move the herbs here, or even better, combining the herbs that actually helps you. So when you combine the herbs, you actually can get more, potent herbs that actually give you more health. That can help you with your, with your I can't say disease. I'm sorry. You can actually go to the store, right? And you actually have all the items there. It's ready to go.
Yep.
So that's the thing. The storage is actually your key in the game. And you have to learn how to manage and know what to put away too, because sometimes you tend to put things inside the chest, and you need it, and you don't have it, or ammo, same thing.
Yeah,
you need it,
screwed.
And you don't have. It's a pain
and
in the ass.
you forgot the key to take with you to open up that door.
Yes.
Whoops.
Oh man, the big whoops. Yeah, but anyway, so please, guys, it was an awesome talk. It was an awesome.
Oh man, it was great. It was great. I couldn't believe we got this far though, but we did it though.
Yeah, man.
I'm proud of it. I'm very proud we were able to get through it.
So guys, all of you Resident Evil fans out there, all of you Resident Evil players out there, thank you for a wonderful time. You know what? And also thank Capcom. Thank you for bringing this amazing game. Biohazard. Or Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
It's
whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
The cast of characters, the wonderful story, the lore, everything that you brought to. We actually thank you very much, and you actually are. You're a big influence, especially when it comes to the games that we actually play nowadays. And, and there was also a lot of games that actually tried to mimic, the Resident Evil formula. For instance, let's talk about like games like Carrier that came out for the Dreamcast. It was a wannabe Resident Evil type of game, and what didn't really work out too good.
It was a so-so game, but yeah.
So, but anyway, let's get out of here. Let's say our goodbyes, and of course, if you guys have been, this is your first time visiting us, please hit that like and also hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that bell notification so that way you can keep in touch with our shows. So you let us know when the next show comes in, so you can keep in the know. And share our videos. If you actually love our videos very much, share it amongst your peers. They probably haven't seen us and everything. We want new crowds. We want new eyes to be able to see our content. And also, we want you to interact. So don't be a stranger. If you have a question, if you have a query, if you have an idea, anything at all, come and put it into the chat and everything.
Give us some thoughts, man, because we want to hear it.
Yeah,
we're watching. Feedback.
Yeah, we're always looking. We're always watching. We're always seeing. So, anyways, let's get out of here. Let's do our outros and let's beat it. I'm beat.
Okay, Tony, go ahead.
Well, I'm trying to stay awake because the zombies might be outside, man. Same with the plug. So I'm about to boil a cup of coffee and get ready to get to business. Other than that, I keep breaking those limits and keep leveling up and playing on, players.
Indeed.
Yeah. I just want to say to all the players out there who came by and spent some time with us talking about Resident Evil, thank you so much. And hope you subscribe to us. Though we have great stuff coming. And also want to give you guys a reminder that I'm not going to be on Friday, this coming Friday or Sunday show. I'm going to be away for that weekend, but I will see you guys in April. on April for next month. So yes,
cool.
and then there's going to be some good stuff we're going to be talking about, especially all these new games that's going to be coming out this week. So
also to let you know another thing, Johnny and I are going to the midnight opening to see Super Mario Galaxy.
Yes.
So we are, we have a lot to talk about.
We're going to give our review because it's going to be around April on that Friday. So we will definitely be giving our review on that movie as well. So
indeed.
We're going to watch it in IMAX.
Yes, the pros and cons, of course. So we're going to check that out. So so it's going to be a fun time.
Looking forward to that.
Indeed. And of course, for myself and the thing, listen, you guys are awesome. You guys are the energy. You guys are the ones that keep us moving. Remember, you guys, you players out there, you are part of the game. So keep on playing, keep on leveling up. And we will see you next time on the next episode of Gaming Trouble. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Have a good week.
That Resident Evil chick has really big thingies.
Indeed.
You said things.